Hello and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. I am Nick, and I am impressed that I managed to remember that every single week. Joining me today are Andy, Brian, John, and Shannon. Hello, how are you all doing?
Hello.
Super good.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. John, as always, is just super excited to dive right in. So we're going to ignore recap. We're going to ignore checking in. Fuck you all. All
right.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Does someone want to, in 5 words, recap what is happening?
We're
Visible,
great
nice.
camp.
Good. Those are all great. Yep. Whatever was just said. That's right.
All of the above. We're gonna die.
All right. So
I take out my short swords and start spinning blindly in a circle.
oh my God. Every single time, Streamlabs
Gonna
will
walk
not
towards you
remember
with my
Microsoft
sword
Edge.
Yeah,
spinning.
just move around. Like
Just move your arms.
There we go.
Okay, so I
We're
think
not
I'm
that-
invisible. No?
Believe it or
Okay.
not,
Cacophony is
Andy,
invisible.
All right,
somewhere I-
so-
Are you actually, or do you think you're invisible?
Let's.
No. I'm actually invisible because it actually worked that time for the
Okay.
first
It did.
time.
Let's go ahead and let Nick set the scene.
Okay, so as a quick recap, you all have gone upriver, upriver. The river's been dried up for several days, and you all have traveled north to search for the blockage. You come upon this kind of dammed section, and it looks as though a stone singer, a dwarven spellcaster capable of moving earth with song, has dammed the river. The water has risen up to a pretty high level and was about to spill over within the next day or two. I believe, Basil, you having learned about stone singers in the past, were kind of doing some investigation here, and if I remember, we did a spout lore which you got a 12 on. So I actually have one more piece of information I want to share with you, and I will share that here in a moment. But as you all have been kind of looking around, 2 of you have received injury from sources unseen. I think it was Wick first. Or was it Basil first?
No,
It was Basil, then someone else.
Basil and then me.
Yeah, Basil and then Merrick, each getting stabbed in the side from an unseen assailant. And then a figure popped out. Yes, thank you for linking that. A figure to the north popped out. This man in a black cloak with red trim, strange geometric patterns all over it, wielding both a black cane and a dark saber that looks like it's made of some sort of black metal, maybe obsidian. And he, who is labeled as the Archveiler here on the map, shoved a dwarf out from behind this tree, and he called out to you all and said, rejoice, for you will be sacrificed to bring the veil, to bring the dark sky to the Ravenlands. And he began kicking the dwarf. Stepping out from behind several trees all at once, holding bows, many armed also with melee weapons, are a bunch of cultists. Cacophony, you were reached out to by Wick, who managed to turn you invisible. To his surprise, you actually turned invisible. He cannot see you.
I cannot see you.
Yeah.
We are all shocked.
I must have cast teleport. Break the dam.
Oops. Yes. So that brings us to where you all are. You have been called out to lay down your arms and be put to sacrifice for these cultists. He says that your sacrifice will create the veil and bring darkness to the world. Basil, not a moment ago, you were examining this dam made from earth, presumably by the dwarf who has just revealed himself. Although I don't know if you can see any of this because you're down below, like in the river, the riverbed. But Wick
that's
and
around.
Cacophony can see this. But Basil, you're noting that here, near the bottom of the dam, there is in fact a kind of weak point. And it looks like really shoddy work. Like almost like it was intentionally left there.
Oh. I walk up and, being an expert on stone slinger work, pry one of my short swords into this weak point and deploy leverage upon it.
Behind you, another cultist will step out with a dagger. Step out of nowhere. They just kind of appear, looking over the riverbed, and they shout at you, "Hey, you there! Cut that out!"
I will try to defend Basil as he goes to try to do whatever he's doing with his short sword in the dam.
Yeah.
I also attack the dam, Nick. We are all attacking the dam, right, fellas?
Yep.
All
That
right.
sounds good to me.
Okay.
Should I go attack that other guy since he can't see me?
No.
Archveiler?
Nope.
Do I still have the crossbow? No, I don't. All right,
You
I
should
attack the
run.
dam as well.
All right. Merrick, give me that defend roll. Wick,
You got it.
as you immediately move, you're gonna get
Unstab
attacked.
that.
Yes.
Of course. He was invisible after all.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I not just by the invisible dude that's behind you, but there are also many arrows trained on you.
I can jump into the ditch, Nick.
Okay.
You did say
Come on.
you did say that Basil was down somewhat, so it makes sense that jumping the ditch would give you a lower
Like,
position.
I was on the edge. I could just literally step back, right? These aren't bullets coming at me at sub or supersonic speeds.
What?
For Nick to determine.
Give me a defy danger dex, please.
Oh, okay. I'd love to do that.
We'll
Here
see how many
comes the
arrows
first.
stick into the coffin on your back that I still don't completely understand.
It's just there.
Let's see. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The GM will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. You can land on your feet if you suffer the damage from arrows, or you can fall to the ground and lose a round to act.
How many arrows are we talking here?
I mean, there are a lot of people with arrows trained on you. And in fact, you were the only one that they could see, because Merrick, are you down in the riverbed as well?
Yeah,
I'm
but they're
defending
also in a
Basil, yeah.
tree, right?
They're,
These like crossbows.
they stepped out from
regular
behind
longbows.
trees. They are not up in trees.
Oh, well, you said you know, look, I'm just using the tools you gave me. I see
Okay.
them on top of treetops like Naruto
Well,
and Sasuke here.
This is okay. So I'm gonna need you to suffer
40d6.
10 damage minus armor.
Okay, I'll do it. Ow! And then we attack this thingy-majig.
Okay. Yeah.
I've had a thought.
Yes. What's your thought?
Cacophony is all about that poison, and her poison of choice is bloodweed, and it is a touch poison. So since she is invisible at this point, can she just like be like bah, 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 and get it like all over her digits, and then just like go up and touch somebody's face? Since they can't see her, like no, I mean
yes,
is this, like-
you can do this, and because you're invisible, the next person you attack, you will use your backstab move. And as a reminder, when you use backstab, I think you get a choice to either roll it or just deal damage.
Okay.
John has some opinions because he's power gaming.
I say.
Look, you're gonna get shot more than I am if you break invisibility.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
just saying.
So
If I touch somebody, am I going to break invisibility?
yes, the way invisibility works, because John linked it above. Nobody can see you. You're invisible. The spell persists until the target attacks, or you dismiss the effect. Meaning John dismisses the effect because he is in control of the magic. And while this spell is ongoing, you cannot cast a spell. Ooh, that is different than -1 ongoing. I didn't realize.
Sure.
Okay.
It feels like the person whose face I should touch with my poison is the big guy in the weird coat calling the shots. No.
We're running.
Okay.
We came here
What do
to
you
break
mean
the
we're
dam.
running?
We're gonna ride the
We're
dam.
running.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not here to
Oh.
kill people.
All right.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. If we let loose the dam, we can just like hop in
Yeah.
and be like,
Ride our shields like boogie boards all the way down.
Oh yeah.
okay, yeah. All right, Cacophony abandons her plan to touch the face
Mm-hmm.
with the poison fingies,
Cool.
and she's gonna jam at that weak point in the wall as hard as she can.
Okay.
Chives, on his way to join us in the gulch, runs up behind and rams the fuck out of the guy who is threatening us close by.
Ooh.
I
Okay.
love chives.
Good. Right into me.
Oh, he's like to knock him down into the river.
Chives is coming to join us in the river. This guy is in between him. He decides, you know what, he's coming too, and goes head first straight into the center of his back.
Okay. All right. So a bunch of things are happening at once.
Yeah.
Wick jumps down, takes a bunch of arrows in the back. Cacophony, you're still up above watching all this happening. It looks like Basil, Wick, and Merrick are all like rushing to the weak spot in the dam. So I'm actually going to hold you right there for a moment, just so we have a reason for you all to see everything else that's going on.
Got it.
A bunch of the cultists begin to rush forward as you all are striking this weak point. Chives comes over here and knocks this guy down, who falls on his face. So you have him completely exposed for the moment. Who is making the first attempt to break the dam?
I think Basil was.
Okay. And it sounds, Merrick, like you are... Well, you're defending.
I am defending.
Okay.
I declared I was
successfully.
defending Basil, but I guess I would defend anybody who came up to stop us breaking the dam.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Basil, give me like a strength check. And Wick, are you helping?
Uh,
That's not bad.
I thought I was just gonna stab it with like a giant ass sword.
No.
And,
Well, an 8 will do.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So, you break into the stone, and water begins just like flowing, like really, really heavily. And in fact, you all begin like to have to focus on maintaining your balance. There's so much water pushing, at least for you, Wick and Basil. Merrick and this other dude off to the side, who is now completely exposed to you, Merrick, are totally fine.
I have a question for you, Nick. Since he's completely exposed, if I go to try to hit him, does that stop my defend? Does that break my defend?
If you declare on a future round that you are like switching back over to defense, you can then apply your hold. But like if something were to happen in like the moment after you attack, you are not there to use your hold. You are not defending. Does that make sense? But while like you're shield up right next to Basil and Wick, you are defending and can spend that hold.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, if you want to attack this guy, you don't even need to roll hack and slash. You can just deal your damage because he is completely exposed to you and not defending
Brown.
himself.
I think I'm going to deal my damage, and I'll come back to defending here in a moment.
Okay. The other thing you could do, actually, is you could spend hold to do damage and stay defending with a quick jab into him, because that is one of your options for defend.
Yeah, I think I actually would rather do that. I'll deal 3 damage to this guy, because I don't think I'm going to drop him, even if I roll as high as I can on damage. So I will spend...
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't tell me that, if I would. Like, don't power game me when I'm trying not to power game you. I will deal my level's worth of damage, which is listed under defense, and spend a hold to this guy. By literally hits the ground, I just reach down and just whap him right in the top of the head with my shield, and then pull back up.
Yeah, this is enough
keep
damage
defending.
to bring him to 0. So I guess my question for you is this a lethal blow, or are you just like knocking him out?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter. I could
Kill him.
either
He stabbed
knock him
us while
out
he
and
was
then he could
invisible.
drown in the river,
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
or so whether it's lethal. I
Awesome.
mean, I would not be trying to knock him out so I can save him later. No, I'm going to
Yeah.
break his skull.
Yeah,
It is
I guess I want to
epic,
give
yeah.
you an opportunity to characterize Merrick. Like, is this,
This man was invisible, stabbed me, and is trying to kill my friends, and he falls in front of me, prone. I'm
Okay.
gonna take my shield. I'm gonna whack him on top of the head until he's done, and then I'll
Alright.
step back and not feel bad about it.
yeah, you bring your shield down into like his head or his neck, and
Back of the
his
neck,
body
yeah.
just goes limp. Like he's trying to get up, you hit him, he falls on the ground, and his hand just like completely releases the black dagger in his hand.
Oh, somebody get that dagger.
All right. The water begins to flow very fast, and many of these cultists in this brief moment have begun to rush forward towards your friend's cacophony, but the Archveiler calls out, "No, hold here. Keep your arrows ready." And they all pause and look at the Archveiler, who has his foot just like pushing down on the dwarf's back, laying into the grass. And they are just all holding position where they cannot see your friends. But you do notice, Cacophony, that right behind Wick there are some footprints in the water. Or you
let's
can
just
see
gas
spots where
that.
there are legs going through the now flowing water.
God, so like, wait, behind Wick?
Yes,
So there are invisible assassins?
there sure are.
Let's go.
That's how
Let's go
that's
kill
how
that
that's how we
guy.
got stabbed. Remember? That's why I was like spinning swords around.
Yeah. Let's kill that guy first.
Okay.
Should I call out? No, I'm just gonna do it. Well, because then I won't be invisible anymore. Wait, okay, so who among you
Tell
is
me to-
the least? Wick, just kill that guy behind you,
I
please.
turn. Oh, thanks for the heads up. I do my Obi-Wan Kenobi hip slash and take this guy at the waist. Look, he's invisible. He's not expecting me to accurately hit him, Nick. Is this a hack and slash?
This is a hack and slash as he is also preparing to strike at you.
Oh no.
Yeah, mark. Well, John, you wanted XP. Mark
sure
it.
did. You
Um,
got it.
I have like a 0% chance to fail, and there it is. Oh my god.
what are you rolling? Oh, you rolled.
I rolled
okay.
double ones. I'm
No,
rolling
plus
so-
3. You have to roll.
I literally have to roll
did the
double
math. I did the math today.
Oh,
It's
one and
a
two.
15% chance or
it's
something.
a 72% chance of success if you have a +3 modifier to any check.
All right.
man.
In reality, I'm trying to stab at this dam, which isn't working either. I'm just getting stabbed in the back.
Yep. You see the spot where there are legs, and they shift as you swing around. And where you expect a body to be, there isn't any. And a moment later, you feel yourself being struck again for 4 damage minus armor.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No piercing.
It's fine.
I think you have like 2 or 3 armor.
I have 3 armor.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Not a big deal.
I will take a quick look. Are there people rushing forward to us?
You peek your head up, and you see trained arrows on your location, but none let loose.
Okay.
Okay,
And I'm
I
gonna
have a
step over.
question.
Ask
Yeah.
your question, then I'd like to act.
I know. So this river was like described as being to the brim here.
Yes.
There's now like a sizable hole here. Is this water like just going through the hole, or is it knocking the
Yeah.
rest of the dam over now?
The dam is still there, but there is water rush here. Maybe I'll put this on the map layer so it's not like overriding you all.
Well, I mean, I feel like, is this not like a freaking dam bursting in
No,
Isengard kind of
It's
moment?
gonna need another like really strong check because the strength check was
Okay.
an 8, not a complete success. So there's water rushing, and like that dude, his face is like underwater now.
Did we not try
by
to
an
save
inch
the
or two.
dwarf? Are we not going to try and save that guy?
The guy that's on the
you-
ground?
You're still invisible.
No,
The dwarf?
yeah,
Not when we have
the
a dozen arrows
Mitsura-
trained on us.
senior. Well, I don't have a dozen arrows trained on me. Can I just like grab him and like shove him in the water or something? Or like, I don't know how to get him away. I don't.
Shannon, you're invisible. You can literally do whatever the fuck you
I
want.
can literally do whatever I want. Yeah. Okay.
You could go up and poison the dwarf so they can't use him to reblock the river.
That's a good point.
Andy's thinking. Andy is
full
thinking.
evil. Yeah.
Anyway, while Cacophony decides what to do,
yeah,
I would like to step over next to Wick, as we're still not being attacked by arrows, and attempt to cast a spell and heal him.
Being stabbed!
Okay. So I know that we specifically, before we started the show, we're talking about going in initiative order. Since we haven't actually, like, really started combat, I've been neglecting it and focusing on, like, what comes of this dam breaking. So yeah. I promise if we actually do full combat, we will do initiative stuff. But I am looking to you all for what you do. So, yeah, Merrick, give me that healing spell casting. Cacophony, go ahead and describe what you're doing as well.
So Cacophony is doing the sneaky sneaks, and she's gonna try and go up to the Archveiler and kill him, freeing the dwarf in the hopes that her companions are gonna keep working on the dam so that we can both jump into the river and just get whooshed away. This is my hope. Obviously, it will probably not work out this way.
We will see.
But we will see. So Cacophony is like doing the sneaky sneaks and like getting closer and closer to the Archveiler. And I think she is going to do the poison touch.
Okay. So are you waiting for something to happen with the dam before you do this? Like, are you waiting for the perfect moment, or are you just acting immediately?
No, I am waiting for the perfect moment because I'm hoping that the dam will continue to break more and more, that it will release enough that we can.
I mean, we're going to get that on our next
get
turn.
away.
Okay.
So I've got my poison fingies ready, and I'm just going to jam them in that dude's eyeballs.
Oh, shit. Nice.
What better way to
so
die?
As you draw closer, you can see that there is a bearded man under this hood with deep set dark brown eyes. His beard is very well kept and maintained. There's the strange geometric pattern I described. You can see it much more clearly now. It looks like there are constellations, like dots with lines drawn between them, all over his robe, as well as the staff that he wields that has a golden tip at the top, kind of like a ball. The dwarf here, who's kind of getting shoved into the ground, just looks completely helpless. He's not fighting, he's not resisting, he's just got a blank look on his face, he's had a very hard time. The Archveiler is gripping this saber, this black saber in his hand, very tightly as well. And his eyes are just very patiently drifting over to the right, looking at his acolytes, to the left, looking at his acolytes, and just constantly surveying the situation.
Why don't you shove him in the river?
Because then he might live. I want to steal that staff.
We can 1v4 him.
Is that all?
All right, I am healed and invigorated. Me and Basil do a super combined tactic of blowing up this dam.
Another lunge at the dam's weak spot.
All right, do you want to do it, Basil? I'll assist you.
Wick,
sure.
Wick, you also have a move that would be very specific to this, which is Ben Bar's lift gates.
This is not a gate, nor is it a bar. What do you mean?
It's an inanimate object, which is the requisite for your move.
Didn't you use it on the door when you ripped it off the hinges?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you use pure strength to destroy an inanimate obstacle, roll plus strength.
What is a dam but a door that is made of mud and lying
Isn't this already
sideways?
just a regular strength check? What's the difference?
So the difference is Basil is not the fighter with, the prowess that you do. So Ben Barsliff Gates gives you, even on a partial success, you completely succeed.
Okay.
Whereas Basil needs a complete success, a 10 plus, to finish off the dam. That is mechanically the difference.
I just clicked it because you told me to.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Even on a partial, you still succeed.
That's the roll you want to use? Like you're doing
Do
it?
I get a choice? I mean,
or were you linking it just to look?
No,
Okay.
We roll things intentionally here, Nick.
Yeah, we do it. I'm the power gamer. Anything I click is intentional. All right. So I picked 2. Oh, I get you now.
Yes.
I understand.
I think those first 2, because we are things of value in this.
That's a good point.
Good point.
We definitely don't want the bottom one.
Can you all read the rolls very well? I haven't seen or received any feedback. I bet on mobile it's god awful.
It doesn't take very long, and nothing of value is damaged. Is fine. We break the dam. Cacophony gets to act.
Okay. You will not be able to fix the thing, and it makes an inordinate amount of noise.
Scream.
Boom!
So
bang!
You lance your spear, your weapon into the weak point, and I don't know. Can you expand your spear?
No, it's a sword.
Oh, it's a sword now. I'm sorry. I thought it was a spear.
It's always been a sword.
My bad.
The model has a spear though. So.
Oh, okay.
I ram into it. The sword digs in, and then
loud crack.
Like a shovel. It just.
All right. All right. You are struck again by your invisible assailant for 5 damage minus armor.
Man, this guy's rolling hot.
Yes, he is.
Can I not hack and slash to protect him? Yeah.
Hey, defender boy, can you do
well,
a defense?
I'm trying not to grab every action here. I was gonna ask Nick what happens once he breaks the dam. Does that kind of shovel us out of the way?
I will describe what happens in just a moment, but I wanted to resolve the simultaneous hit, which you can spend hold to negate, because you still can kind of see where this guy is and intercede.
Sure. Then I will spend 1 hold to. So I want to
open him up for an ally, and I'll attack him.
I kind of
we want to get rid of him before we.
The hold to. I'm gonna spend the last of my hold. I'm gonna spend it to have the damage, and then open up for an ally, and then add a +1 forward to.
Okay. Andy, are you making that attack right now?
Yes. Is that just a roll damage, or is that a hack and slash?
That'll be a volley. Or are you using your bow and arrow, or are you?
No, my short sword is already out for working on the dam. So
yeah, then that would be hack and slash. And I think what this looks like is you all can't see him, but you can see where the holes in the water are, where his legs are, but they're invisible, so there's just a void of water. I think unfortunately
+1 turns into a 6.
That's right, but 7 to 9 is a partial success. So Andy, mark XP.
Damn.
And I think what happens is Merrick kind of shoved him with the shield and kind of cornered him into a spot where you could attack, and then he just the spots where his legs are just disappear. And then you see him scrambling up the side of the wall or the riverbed.
Right.
So you miss there. And right at that moment, as Wick is breaking the dam, and there's a crack, 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 and there is just a whoosh of water spilling through, and you all are going to be
swept away.
But not before Cacophony poisons that dude's eyes and then grabs the little guy and jumps in the river with him.
Just imagine walking up to someone who does not react as you just shove your thumbs into their eyeballs.
God.
Isn't that?
If you think I haven't imagined
brutal.
that, I worked retail, John. If you think that isn't a thought that I've had many times in my life.
Okay.
I worked at the mall, son.
Oh.
Yeah. So do I
Okay.
roll poison? I'm gonna
Uh,
post poison. Or I'm gonna
So
just-
so yeah, this tells us what your poison effect is, which you're using bloodweed, right? That's your
yes, touch.
okay. Which that doesn't actually, the poison itself doesn't deal any damage to him, but your attack to his eyes certainly will. So let's take a look at Backstab really quick. So this is when you attack a surprised or defenseless enemy with melee weapons, which includes your talons. You can choose to either deal your damage or roll plus dex to get the opportunity of multiple effects. And then your cheap shot gives your backstab an additional d6 damage, whichever option you choose.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna deal my damage, and then I'll take my additional 1d6.
Okay.
With wait. Dirty Fighter is also. Hang on.
Oh,
Because that was the one that. So it's 1d8. I'm sorry. Because that was the next step up whenever I went to a level 3. So cheap shot was level 2, and then Dirty Fighter was level 3.
okay. So you have an extra d6 and an extra d4. Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's incredible.
Deal backstab, an extra 1d8, and another attack 1d4. Okay.
Can you please one-shot the boss?
That would be great.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, actually, Dirty Fighter replaces Cheap Shot. And also, Shannon, I hate to say it, but Dirty Fighter is a move you can only choose once you reach level 6.
Oh, is it? I didn't.
yes.
Wow.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll need to walk that one back and have you choose something else.
I can still do cheap shot,
Okay. Yeah.
and
that
I
sounds
can
good.
remove this from my sheet. I didn't realize that.
It's
So
all
when
good.
I was
It's all good.
going through, my B, y'all.
She's been farming.
I'm just gonna
experience
let
for
you
real.
use it right
ambitious.
now.
Oh
So
no, it's okay.
so your attack, just roll a d8 after rolling damage.
Okay.
Okay. That's how we'll handle it for now, but we'll fix it later.
So wait. So let me ask. So do I click my damage button,
Yep.
or do I actually? Okay, cool. Damage 4.
And then click it
And
again
then-
because your damage dice is a d8, and
Uh-huh.
this move lets you roll an extra d8. Okay, so that's a total of 6 damage.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty good. Let me check my notes on their stats.
They gotta have like 15 health, 8 armor.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as your talons go straight for the Archveiler's eyes, you make contact with a barrier of what suddenly appears to be hard light. He has a magical protective barrier around him, but because your cheap shot deals extra damage, like you push through it, like your talons are so sharp and refined, you get in and you strike at his face. There is a moment he has to react when he sees his shield is being penetrated, and he pulls back just enough for you to miss his eyes.
But do I get the grill?
Yeah, you scar his, like scratch and scar his face. There are now like, I don't know how many talons on each hand do you have.
Like 3.
Okay, there are now 6 gashes in his face, and it is bleeding. You
That's very satisfying.
suddenly appear though.
Okay. Surprise!
So I'm gonna remove your invisibility because that's the way that works.
Yep.
Okay.
Worth it. I hope he's surprised.
He is very surprised and taken aback.
Which gives you the opportunity to.
Yeah. So you have, I think, because you had invisibility, you got this surprise attack, and I'm gonna give you a moment to like follow that up with something like a wombo combo.
So, while he's still surprised, like, is his shield down
He
now,
doesn't
or
have a
did it, like,
shield.
come
He has a
back?
staff in one hand and a saber in the other. And he has now kind of like begun to step back, and his foot lifts off of the dwarf.
Okay. So then at this point,
Who
can
just
I
like
do
looks
like
up at you like,
What's up? I really want to steal his staff. I want it so much. I want to take it. I want to steal the staff, and then I want to grab the dwarf and like fling us into the river. Is that a thing that can happen, or is it one or the other? Because I feel like all his power is coming from the staff, no?
I'm not gonna just tell you.
Of course you're not.
Make your move.
You could ask him.
What would be
Do
the-
it, Shannon. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. So you want to go for the staff?
I either want to break it or take it.
Okay. I mean,
I
both
just don't want him to have that toy anymore.
both are going to require rolls to do, and you can do both. You know, the more complex you make this, the more opportunity there is for it to go horribly wrong. So
Yep.
yeah. So I think trying to grab the staff and pull away is going to be.
Is that a defy danger?
Defy
Of some
danger
kind?
strength, maybe? To like.
Up dexterity to like snatch it.
Well, I mean, but she has to beat his grip.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well, you know,
she
sleight of
has.
hand people.
What's that?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've never seen like a magician like do the thing where you like put something right between the finger and the thumb and just pull it free.
If someone just scratched my face, they could probably snatch something out of my hands.
Hang on.
It's a good point.
Ooh, under defy danger, it says defy danger with quick thinking intelligence. Is this a I've scratched his face and really quickly, boom, snatch the staff and go. Well, he's distracted.
I
But I
don't.
also want to
Or
snatch
do you feel
the
strength is more
dwarf
appropriate?
guy. I want to grab him up and just be and like chuck us both into the river.
A dwarf just move on his own? Is he like physically chained?
He is.
Now's his time
He
to
is.
act.
I mean, like this is like
He's
all happening in
emotionally
a just
changed.
like a quick cut anime moment that, of course, takes 5 minutes in anime of all the like shots of the surprised faces and the like thoughts running through everybody's
Yeah.
head as 1 second passes. I mean, the dwarf can act on his own and may, but like I am giving you this opportunity to do something else cool, but it is like you go attack and immediately go for the staff. Like.
I mean, I guess I could try to attack again, but I'm
Yeah.
worried that he's going to magically retaliate. So like, I want to take his toys away from him because I feel like that
Just
gives
grab
us
the
the best
staff.
chance at.
Snatch.
Okay, I just want to be super clear. He has 2 toys. He has a staff and he has a saber, and both look really menacing.
Not gonna grab a sword, bro.
I know, but I'm just
Give her the
saying,
staff.
like,
Give her the staff, Nick.
he
Just
may
give it
fuck
to
you
her
up.
for free.
Okay,
No
so
roll.
if you're gonna try and
Regardless,
grab the staff,
gonna-
it is defy danger strength.
I'm gonna die, you guys. It was nice knowing you.
Nick, do I
This
have,
was
any,
super
do I have
fun.
do I have good footing to like
We're in a.
You're being swept
distracting
away
arrow?
by a dam
Yeah.
exploding, Andy.
Hi,
Okay,
everybody.
You have.
We gotta let Shannon finish, and then it comes back to us, buddy.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, Shannon.
Oh, it's gonna suck. I'm scared.
Into the ocean
Oh, yeah.
and it all.
Oh yeah,
No.
that was
Shannon,
amazing.
no.
And
I
I'm
know.
drowning in the ocean now.
Hang
I
on.
am
Wait,
telling
let
you.
me take my XP
Yes, Mark XP.
because I'm about to get hit so hard.
Okay,
Nice knowing
I
you.
know exactly what the Archveiler does. Hey, Brian,
Yes.
can you link me Cause Fear, please?
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Damn.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
go ahead and mark that off of my sheet, my list of.
He
I
just
should've
fails to
just-
cast
Oh, no.
spells with no punish? What?
I should have
Nick, I
just
wanna
tried to
see
stab
that
him
1
again.
Or
I swear I'll link
2d6.
it. My character sheet got bored. All right,
John, I
Cause
don't
Fear.
roll.
Boom.
I don't roll for shit.
I'm just a normal boy that's sinking.
All right, Shannon, as you reach for the staff and you touch it, you are immediately just completely filled with fear. Like that feeling of like goosebumps, shivers running up from your wrist, up your arm, across your back to the other arm and wrist. Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah. Choose a target. You can see the target is afraid of the object so long as you maintain the spell. Their reaction is up to them. Flee, panic, beg, fight. While this spell
Fight.
is ongoing, blah, blah, blah. So you choose flee, panic, beg, or fight.
Bethany's no coward. She really enjoyed scratching that dude's face up, so I think she's definitely going to try and fight back again. Trying to make me scared? I worked at the mall. So she's just going to go ham on him.
Like a dwarf.
Okay. He is going to shout out. Oh God, what does he call them? I think he just says "on me," And
Where's the Coast Guard?
a bunch of arrows are going to be pointed at you.
Awesome.
Looking in each direction.
Meanwhile, Hogue,
Give me
like,
something.
moved a bit and saw that the Archveiler has seemingly grasped control of his situation after this surprise moment, and he is lifting his
Crawls
saber
into
to
the
attack
river.
you.
Awesome.
Hoeg
Nick is
grabs
holding
the
the door open for you, Shannon.
Shannon, what are you doing?
I don't know. Okay.
Deathwish stab.
I'm gonna hack and slash because
God.
that's what is that not what I'm supposed to
Come
do?
on!
What am I
Shannon,
supposed to do?
there are
Grab the
like
Do what you want to do, Shannon.
12 acolytes pointing arrows at you and a boss with a saber and magic.
You're 1v1ing like 13
All right,
people.
then I'm running. I'm gonna flee. It feels wrong.
Okay.
Can I just
Feels
grab the
awesome.
dwarf and like jump in, or like I don't want to leave him behind. That was the whole point.
You can grab the dwarf. I'm
Fine.
gonna
You're
need.
fucking killing me, John. You're fucking killing me.
I'm not even participating and I can't focus with that shit.
Oh shit! All right, I grab the dwarf. We jump in the river and flee.
I'm gonna need Defy Danger strength for you to grab him and fly away without taking enough damage to die.
Yes, shoot her!
Just kill me. Just kill me. My character
give us
clearly
a
has run
dwarf.
her course. Okay, I'll come back as a character named
Hey,
Bob
there you
Boffin.
Holy
go.
shit!
Okay.
Cacophony's evil
That's a good
sister.
roll.
All right. There,
Christ. Oh my
the
God.
Archveiler brings a sweeping slash down on you. You are like a ballerina. The way
Oh.
you are like flipping around his attack, grabbing the dwarf who he tries to like interpose himself, but you like pull him and begin like flapping your wings super hard as you pull him over the water. You shift your feet into talons and like basically pass the dwarf to your feet and then begin engaging your other arm. And you are going to get peppered with some arrows. Like I think it's just it is the
That's
fiction.
fair. Wait. Do I still have my shield at this point? Is it still like strapped to me or no? I think I had it. Didn't I buy your shield, Basil?
It's
Or
a
did I give
buckler,
it-
right?
Yes, you've got she's got Mushla's shield.
Right, but you described using both of your talons to attack, so I imagine your shield is not equipped.
Is it not? Oh, it's not on my back.
It's on her back.
Okay.
Either way, if you're flying. Oh,
That's
it's on
true.
her back.
Well, that was how. Well, that's how I saw it. But if that's
Okay.
not how you're not supposed to wear it, then
everywhere.
All right,
Yeah.
give me another Defy Danger, but this time Dex to see if you
God
can
damn
continue
it.
evading and even like twirling
you
around
just
to
want
use
to
the.
see me die.
I just
Nick.
want to
You
deal.
Just admit
I just
it.
want to roll some dice.
You just want to
Okay.
deal damage. It's okay. I
Look.
totally understand.
These are trained Navy SEAL cultists.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
God.
So I'm gonna
I
say
should just retire.
I am going
'cause I'll
to
never roll that
just
shit again.
roll one die.
Mhm.
Okay, you take
That's
6
fair.
damage minus armor.
That's fair. I accept.
Okay. All right, you
Answer.
begin flying off with Hogue. Okay. The Archveiler shouts at his minions, after them, quickly, we cannot lose the dwarf.
You done lost him, son. He's mine.
And he also shouts, and find any humans that wash up on shore. They must be sacrificed as well. And you pull away. I don't even know if you actually heard him with all the adrenaline rushing through your ears, but
Probably not.
okay. The rest of you, I gotta find some like fucking water music.
Yeah, sorry guys. That took a long time. I didn't want to flee, but you're right. That was the right call.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pirates, thank you. That is the right. Yeah, it's perfect.
I might have a playlist like that.
Hans Zimmer ripoff music.
Age of Sail?
No, that's like
Nope.
boring ghost. Yeah.
Into the
I can't
Deep?
even hear the music.
Rivertown?
What-
Nope.
What type of theme are you going for?
Storm at Sea? I'm just looking at my.
Who
I have
wants
a
that-
playlist of
who
water.
wants that scene in The Hobbit where they're in the barrels, you know.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Oh, I thought
I love that.
Tabletop Audio had like a pirate themed song. I don't remember what it was called though.
It does have a pirate song.
It
It's
does.
literally called Pirates.
Is it really?
Oh.
Is it
Yeah.
like a sea shanty?
No, it's kind of like an energetic like movement theme.
Oh, here we go. Add to game. Let's play some fucking pirates.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Alright.
Okay, so cut
We
to.
drown!
So I think the camera lingers on the Archvailer, looking extremely displeased, barking orders at his minions, who are like running down to follow you, and then cut to like you all just being tumbled by water, like at the forefront of the wave. I'm gonna need some sort of defy danger checks from all of you to not take a bunch of damage getting smashed up against rocks and shit, and get your bearings.
What kind would you like,
Constitution.
Nick?
You tell me
Can
how
I-
you are gaining control of your situation.
I want to ride my coffin like a noble seahorse, and control.
You're gonna
it
surf on your coffin.
with my sword acting as a rudder, which is attached to me and my guts.
Awesome. Okay.
How about that, Nick?
Coffee Traveler is calling for a Defy Danger Constitution.
That's what I was
Cool.
going to say. I'm going to hold my breath when it looks like I'm going under, pop back up, catch some more air. If I see a rock coming at me, I'll interpose my shield to try and deflect it away from me and hopefully my team, and try to just ride it out.
All right.
Like a loss.
Wick, it sounds like yours might be Dex to just like maneuver
yeah.
yourself on top of your coffin, which apparently
What?
can float.
You know, coffins can float. I asked Temer. He said yes. Guys, this is gonna be double ones again. You guys know this.
There
right?
you go. 14.
Oh, holy
6
shit!
and a
A
5.
pass for once in my life. Oh,
Can I make that
Yeah.
Defy Danger Con, Nick?
Yes, please.
That is a fail. I'm going
Okay.
to take some hit.
You're gonna take some damage. I'm gonna roll a big dice. A big die.
Wonderful. I'm also
Uh,
marking
Getting
XP.
up-
Well,
Yeah.
take three damage as you're you have to wait a long time for your breath, and you're scraping your knees against the riverbed.
Yeah, I think I go under and come back up and just headbutt a rock or something.
Ooh, yeah. All right, Andy, how are you and Chives handling the situation?
Tribes being the mountain ibex that he is, can handle rushing water no problem, and can stand his own in a river. That's just how he gets around. So I just reach out and grab onto his horns and just hang on for dear life. He can be my anchor.
All right, defy danger strength.
Sure. Oops.
There you go. Okay, you're gonna take a small amount of damage, smaller die.
That's
But of course, I rolled higher on the smaller die. Take 4
That's
damage.
how it works.
minus armor, or is this piercing? Has to be armor.
This ignores armor.
Okay.
This is water.
We're
It
gonna
always
get a
wins.
dragon.
Yeah, I
we're gonna
took
kill
mine
a
too.
dragon with a river, guys.
Ow.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna remember that. I'm writing that down. We're killing a
Good.
dragon.
Cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Right.
it ignores armor.
Okay.
Ain't no mind, Nick.
Kill a dragon with
Continue the
water?
narrative.
Okay. All right.
Continue
So,
the narrative, Nick. Ain't no mind. We're good.
all right. So I think that you all make your way down the stream and eventually gain control and recover. John and Andy, so Basil and Wick, you all are able to recover yourselves pretty quickly and regroup. Cacophony is able to land with Hogue. Merrick, however, does not regain control for a while, and he's going to rejoin the scene later.
Okay.
Merrick, are you as cold cold can be right now, underneath the ocean?
Yikes.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna cut it out now.
All
Just
right.
get me away from water, guys. Holy shit.
Mm.
Wow. So you all
Okay, so
managed to get away from all of the strange cultists and recover the dwarf, Hogue Marystone. Who I'll drag over here.
Can I count him as like a stolen possession now?
For what reason?
No, I'm just being an asshole. I just thought it was because I took him. He got tooken by me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got tucked.
You got tucked.
He got tooked.
So, how are you all feeling about how things went? Are there any words shared?
I feel like a
did we
coward.
survive? Did we like all meet back up? Is Merrick here?
I think. Okay, I said Merrick will show up later, but I think you all would like probably start hustling away anyway because their Cacophony would have seen that the cultists were chasing. So you all can start to hustle away from the river or head south, and regroup with Merrick at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Several of you are quite soaked, but your dwarf companion is not. And eventually, once you have like basically winded yourselves and are incapable of running any further, you stop to catch your breath. The dwarf, the most winded of all of you.
Aw.
Merrick just goes down to like 2 knees and just vomits out river water.
Sorry.
Ew.
Better out than in.
Stop getting away, guys.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh man, see, I don't know. I think Cacophony is like, oh, thank you so much. That was my plan the whole time. But like, I think internally she feels like I should have stayed and like ripped that guy's throat out. Like the idea that she couldn't beat him, like the idea that she couldn't fight is like really grating on her. She's just like, I had to flee like a dummy. But it was an awesome flee, but still. She's disappointed.
I'll pile on the frustration and say, yeah, you should have slit his throat. What the fuck?
Yeah. See, Basil gets it.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. Damn.
I'll stand up and say, sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. We accomplished our goal. The river is flowing. The dwarf is free. We still have a cultist menace to deal with, but I think we should learn a little bit more about them before we go diving head on. And well, you're right there, friend. I'll look over at Hogue. Yeah, well, he catches his breath. Somebody keep an eye out and see if the cultists are coming. And then Merrick will start pulling stuff from his pack. He's going to start spreading some like salt in a large circle around all of us as he prepares to cast a spell.
Ooh.
I fly up a tree and keep an eye out.
Yes, you can.
I might use some bandages on myself and Wick.
I will tell you to wait until I try to cast my spell.
I think Wick is just quiet, taking in the fact that he had to empty his coffin of water. That wasn't the best.
Was it like the opening on Jack Sparrow moment where it was like slowly like descending into the river and you're like, well, it's time to get out of the river, and you just hoist it out?
Yeah, but I pulled the entire weight with me until this coffin sticks onto my person. I'm never gonna leave it behind. And I guess I go to sit quiet. Wick last time he had just strangled a hobbit. He wasn't in the greatest of headspaces. And John, although he's having a blast with Blue October, Wick is not. Wick is miserable right now, and probably looks just as bad, if not more sullen, than the dwarf, who was probably a slave to weird cult dudes. So Wick chills. He's gonna hang out.
All right.
Basil bandages himself and offers to bandage Wick.
Merrick spits at Basil as he told him to wait until he casts the spell. Can I cast my spell, Nick?
Yes, please. Oh,
I am going to attempt to cast a spell.
Literally.
9.
True.
I get my choice of I am salty because I literally need you to wait, and then we're gonna get more healing, which is why I wanted you to wait. Can I have this revoked by my deity, Nick, after I'm done casting it?
Yes. Let me just see really quick. What are you casting?
I'm casting Sanctuary.
Ah,
I'm going to walk the
nature.
perimeter, consecrating it, dropping salt around, and as long as we stay within that area, we're alerted when someone acts with malice, including entering with harmful intent, and anyone who receives healing within a sanctuary heals for an extra 1d4 hit point.
Nice.
Nice.
And as soon as I have finished this, I will say, Basil, let's do what we can to heal our wounds. Go ahead, buddy.
I've used some bandages on myself and on Wick.
How much do
Yeah.
they heal?
Those are 7? 8?
They're
And
heal them of 4 damage and expand a use.
Oh,
Expand
okay.
a use.
I thought those were. It must be a different item that heals
the
7.
poultices and herbs heal 7.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So 3 plus 1d4.
It's 4 plus 1d4.
It's 4 plus 1d4.
Yes, for a bandage, I believe.
Okay, nice. I still rolled a 1. Thank you so much, Basil. You're
Gotcha.
a
I
kind man.
will.
Wait. Oh, I did that wrong. There we go. So I healed 7 for myself.
Yep.
And then I offer the last one to I only have 3, but I'll offer the last one to Merrick or Cacophony, depending on who needs it
You
more.
will see Merrick pulling his own bandages out and say, by all means, give it to Cacophony. And then I will use one on myself, and then I will examine the dwarf to see if he is injured.
Cacophony, roll a d4 for your +4 to healing.
You got it.
All right. You all begin to rest, a little uneasy. Cacophony, you're keeping an eye out for the cultists. And you do see them in the distance, quite a ways away, but you do see them approaching. There's plenty of time. You've got several minutes before they'll make your position. But you all catch your breath here for a minute.
I'll alert them, my posse. What I'm concerned about is the guy who was invisible. There's nothing that says that he didn't like come along with us when the river like caved, right? Like he could still be with us right now. Can I do like a discern realities?
He climbed up the riverbank and ran away from us.
Could have jumped back in. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like the idea that there's like an invisible foe that we don't know what happened to him and we couldn't hit him like that. It just concerns me. Maybe I'm
voice
being
that out
a
loud?
nervous Nelly. Yeah.
I will say, as long as you stay within this sanctuary, I'll be alerted when he tries to enter.
What would an alert look like?
I think it would be like a feeling where I would feel like something trying to like brush against my skin, but brush against the edge of circle.
Mm-hmm.
The sanctuary.
Like I would feel like a gust of wind or something on like to my left if he's entering from the left. I could like locate. I can't see him, but I could locate where if somebody's coming in if they have harmful intent.
Gotcha. Okay.
Since we were forewarned that they're approaching, I will also take this moment to move to a position near the edge of our sanctuary, but with a good view of where they're going to be coming from, and camouflage into some natural surroundings with an arrow nocked.
Nice. And as a reminder, you just simply cannot be seen when you do this unless you move.
I added it to the.
Thank you.
Funny.
Okay. Hogue manages to catch his breath, and there is a moment where he is finally able to speak, and he lets out with a hoarse voice, "They have my wife. They have her. My Dola. They have my Dola. Please."
What's a Dola?
Her name is Dola. Please, Let me express how grateful I am that you saved me, but I cannot leave her.
You can't help her like this.
I pat him, point up to the tree, and say, "Don't worry. We're experienced at ruining marriages."
He furrows his brow.
We do have
and
previous
looks
experience.
at the tree. What?
We'll save her later.
You're in no shape to help anybody right now, my guy.
It sounds like
Don't make me threaten another good person, Nick.
Don't
You
do
saw what
it.
happened last time.
Chives walks up.
Avenging.
Chives walks up to give him a comforting nuzzle.
Okay.
Encourage him to calm down.
So I'm gonna need a parlay from one of you to convince him to let this go for now.
Okay.
I mean, you all have what he wants, and that is some muscle to do that. Okay. So they will let this go, but they need a concrete assurance of your promise right now.
What does he want? Like a blood oath?
How
Fuck
can
it.
we
I
prove it to you?
You
Pick out a knife and just slash my palm immediately and just start slapping him in the face. I'm gonna do it, okay?
Oh, slap.
I think that just quiets him right the fuck up. I don't know if it's because he's convinced or he's just so shocked.
Right.
Right. My oath is made of my blood!
All right,
Wick,
take a
quiet,
point of damage,
quiet.
Wick.
Yeah.
Negated by
They're
armor.
No.
Holy
that's so
crap.
funny.
So, I guess I just want to know, like, how did the sorcerer get you and your wife? Like, how did he, like, separate you from your people? Are you out here alone? Like,
They did something much similar to what they made me do to you. They tampered with my home, the caves. They plugged a cave. There was no air getting in, and I went with Dola to see about unplugging it, and it would have been an easy feat for me. After all, I'm a stone singer. But they were there waiting. It was a trap. They've used my abilities, forced me at knife point, threatening to hurt my sweet Dola if I didn't do what they said. And village after village, they've lured people out and killed them. Humans, specifically. They don't seem to care for others other than if they get in the way or they can use them, like me.
do you
How many
have
of them?
people?
My
Do you have a community, family, aside from Dola?
No, it was just us.
How many are there? Was it just those guys, or is there like a camp of them? Is there
They
war band, a company, a regiment?
they kept me blindfolded when we returned, but there are dozens of their
There's
Creepy.
dozens of them.
creepy religion.
Like 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen.
Hard to say. They kept me blindfolded, but there were many people, many voices.
Why were they having you break the water? What are they trying to do with the water?
It wasn't about the water. It was about the three of you, and he points at the three humans in the group. They seem to have some sort of vendetta against humans, which confuses me because they are human after all.
Yeah,
Motherfucker, I'm half elf.
They're self-hating people.
Oh, forgive me. I couldn't see your ears underneath all your hair. And those flowers and grass and straw and... Is that barley?
It's barley.
That's right. That's barley.
Where
Oh
are
my
they
gosh.
holding Dola?
one of the other cultists was holding her a bit back from where they attacked you from.
Where can we go to look for her, I guess is what I'm saying. Was she with that war band that attacked us?
Yes. They
Okay.
always kept us close so that their threats could be more appealing.
That makes sense. Hey, Cacophony,
Yo,
how close are they getting? And how many do you see?
like a bunch. I don't know. Do I roll?
There are you clock about a dozen.
There are
There are
cultists
thousands of them. No.
marching in
Take
column.
down
Just
an
kill me
army.
now. Just
Right
pluck
down
my
the damn
feathers.
river.
They didn't
kill
even
me
need to
now.
dam the river. They could have drank it up.
No kidding. Just
There
stand
are
in a line.
A dozen of them.
Ah,
Excuse me.
okay.
My slip of the
Damn.
tongue there. And
So how?
yeah.
I'm assuming that this warband that's moving closer to us still has Dola. I would imagine that they wouldn't have had time to be like, all right, we're going to drop Dola off and then we're going to go get these guys. They're probably just like coming with her. So like, we don't have to go chasing after her. Like she's coming to us. So like, do we lay a trap or do we flee?
I say we lay a trap.
I just want to remind you that we did get our asses handed to us like 5 minutes
yeah.
ago.
When they trapped us, we dropped one of them. Now we have the initiative.
We don't have a river or a warlock.
Why
We've
don't we
got
kill the warlock?
surprise.
I'm just saying, like, let's be smart about it. I'm all about attacking that guy because I really wanted to. But you know, like, what do we have? Like, what do we have? We have the element of surprise, maybe, but like, we know that they're looking for us. So like,
Okay, I see what you're saying. How about this?
Do we have time to make Ewok-style traps?
ooh, dig a ditch, put some spears in it.
Is
I
it
said
not
that they are
close to
minutes out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why are we stopped? We need to keep going.
Because you all were sprinting for like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes and
Right.
have lost your breath.
Have they been sprinting too?
No, they've been jogging.
We don't have auto sprint.
Man, we are slow motherfuckers.
We are
I'm riding
we
a
are out of
boat
shape.
down this stupid river.
Y'all
We
were
are out of
going.
shape.
Y'all were going for speed. They were going for distance.
Okay, so what time of
okay,
day
well-
is it, Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Fuck, I don't
We
know.
all
time
live
of day
in our
is it?
time
Let
of
me
need.
find out.
We
That's
just did a
important.
full day of marching, fought at a river, rode a river, sprinted.
It is late afternoon at this point.
Let's settle for a night ambush and kill them in their sleep.
Aye.
Bowen,
I'm okay with that.
Everyone climb a
can you
tree.
fight?
I'm no trained warrior, but I can.
Can you
move-
dig a pit?
You sing some stone into people.
and like the earth between all of you just begins to descend and form like a little 1 foot by 1 foot divot.
All right, you'll do.
So let's make
move
like
off.
a
Okay,
dozen
so
more
he
of those.
Actually, can make some Ewok traps in minutes.
Yes!
It sounds like.
Well, either way, let's move off and try to put some distance between them and us, and then when they settle for the night.
Yeah, if we're in an
Yeah,
actual forest, these guys are super boned. Like,
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that
Especially
then.
if we
That's
see them
a good
before
idea.
they see us. Let's move off.
I like it.
Okay.
we skulk.
We're leaving the sanctuary.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
Yo-yos.
Merrick, you would feel this. You would feel that kind of like, you know, you said you described it as like a rush of wind. I think
Yes.
it would feel like a gentle breeze. It would feel like someone is like feeling around the area.
Do I get a general direction of where it is?
I mean, it's coming from the direction the cultists are coming from, but there's
Okay.
no one there. But you get the feeling
I
like
will-
someone is probing around you
Okay.
all.
I will take a knee for a second and reach into my back and say, "Hold on, 1 second." And then Wick be like, It was a nice move you did there as you destroyed that dam. And then out of my pack, from my adventuring gear, I'm going to pull an entire bag of flour, rip it open, and I'm just going to run and just throw it in a big wide arc right wherever that part of the sanctuary was that I felt the presence. Just
Okay.
fling an entire bag of
Flower
flour.
clings, Nick. You
Damn
can't get
right
it
it
off you.
That's true. That's true. Is this a dungeon equipment?
Dungeon equipment, yes.
Excellent.
Especially if you were wet. Basically, you're covered in
Mm.
dough. This
This is true. We have been running from a river.
He could be blind too. It gets in his eyes. That could open up for like 3 throwing knives to his neck.
All right. So Merrick,
You thought we were done with bread chat.
the spell says you are alerted whenever someone acts with malice within the sanctuary.
Nick, you
yes.
can't walk it back now,
including
brother.
entering with harmful intent. And at that moment, as you fling the flower in the air and it all just hovers and floats down and all settles on the ground and you see nothing, you suddenly feel a rush of wind at you, and suddenly you hear the Archvailer's voice in your head.
What?
He was
What
he
does
was
it
reaching
say?
out with a spell. He has entered the area with a spell. And he goes,
What?
"There you are.
There's a butt.
You think you can run from us? We will find you and the dwarf. Tell him if he does not return to us by nightfall, his wife will be dead."
I think. Hold on. I actually had this written out somewhere.
Killer.
Oh, yes.
Fucking do it.
In my mind, am I able to feel like I can reach back and connect and talk to him?
Yeah. This is the spell Telepathy.
And then in my mind, I will say, "You have reached the office of Merrick the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I'm not in right now, but if you leave your name, location, and a brief description of your needs, promise to get back to you in 5 to 7 months. Please leave your message after the beep."
Hello, Merrick. This is the Archvailer calling.
I will block it out from my mind and say, they've discovered us. We got to move.
Yep. Mailbox full.
Yeah, no, you can close the connection. His spell works
I will-
differently.
Yeah, I will close the connection.
Okay. All right. So you all hit the road. You make your way at a good pace. This time, not sprinting so much that you need rest, and you manage to stay ahead of the. I'm just gonna call them the Veilers. And you have time to make some plans. So I think I need to come up with a new map.
Yeah.
There are some areas. Well, here, like let's look at the world map here for a second.
Brought to you by JonDungeonMaster. in
Yes,
his
thank you
poor
for making this,
rendition
John.
Of what he saw.
So we're
Say-
like up here in these kind of like wooded areas. So there are areas that are kind of like wide open fields, like the ones you came upon with the wedding. There are small patches of trees, and then there are kind of more forested areas. So what's the plan? There's even hills and mountains you could reach if you wanted to like find some high ground. So like you all tell me what kind of terrain you're looking for, and then we can begin to kind of like set some quick traps.
So,
Well,
I think hills and high ground, rocks.
yeah.
That's gonna be our way out.
well, we don't want to get out. We want to kill them, right?
We want to draw them in.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
need them to get
Strike 'em.
close.
So we
Is
don't
our-
locate a nice natural woody hollow in the foothills.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask: is our goal to draw them to us and attack them with an ambush, or wait till they settle at night and then try to sneak in?
Oh, they're gonna kill her, right? But maybe you would keep that to yourself. So, ultimate ambush tactic would be they follow us into certain doom and go to sleep, and then we walk in silently or loudly, kill their sentries, and that way they can't all shoot at one of us at a time, because they don't miss. So what we want, if we don't want to just kill them while they're asleep, is have cover if cover exists. Rocks won't do it because then they just shoot up and we have to go down rocks. So we need like trees and solid objects to like break up the range. I can't cast invisibility anymore. I can charm someone. I don't want to charm anyone. That seems like a waste when I have Mr. Stabby Stab. But me and Cacophony can kill a lot, and, you know, Basil is a shot. You know, he just needs to pick people off one at a time.
Yep. Called shot.
And Merrick, you just don't need to die.
We got a dwarf who can drop rocks on people.
That's right.
Yeah,
we definitely
we
should make
can-
use of visibility. He can literally fling
absolutely.
stones down a hill.
Or create a trench. I love ditches, guys.
Another reason to head towards a rockier area.
I think that's where we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
We're in.
Is there like a forested, hilly region?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, and then what are you doing to ensure that they follow your trail or like follow after you?
Singing just loud enough that they can faintly hear it through the woods.
Oh boy. Okay.
Now's your time to serenade us, John.
Nothing's coming to mind.
We almost completed Cake lyrics earlier when we said they're going for distance, you're going for speed. So we might as well just sing.
I love Cake. They're so good.
He's going the distance.
A long time.
And her long jacket.
It's a song,
Oh
but
my
yes.
god.
We just hear just keep going with the long noise. See who can hold it the longest.
Okay.
It's so long.
I mean, this guy's got an axe to grind.
If we're singing that song, that means the Ravenlands has a Chrysler LeBaron.
You know, we just replace it.
All right.
That's fine.
So I think now is a good spot to take our break. And when we come back, we will resolve the ambush on the Veilers. We will be right back. Once again, my macros are not working, so let's try that again. Welcome back to Fable Table. Now our party is up in the hills, setting a trap for the Veilers, the cultists chasing them. Here we are on this.
Nick, that's not what you said before we were muted. Say what you said before.
This
map,
what you said before. This lovely map here that you can see is provided by one JonDungeonMaster. Thank you very much, sir, for your contribution.
Wow, thank you. This guy.
I don't know what direction he is.
John is on the far right, says Shannon. You are next to John and you pointed at Brian.
I'm over here. Thank you. Okay.
It's over that way.
I'm just doing the hand jive until I point in the right direction. So, like,
The Brady
All
Bunch.
right, which direction are the cultists coming from, Nick?
All right, the cultists will be coming from the northwest. So here you all are. Tell me, like, how are each of you preparing?
I tell Hoag to dig me a hole that a coffin could fit in.
Otherwise known as a grave?
I don't intend to die in it. Put someone in.
Yeah, go ahead and put yourself anywhere on the map, and you will basically be underground. Is he going to, like, reveal you, or are you revealing yourself?
I'm gonna just push through the soil and stab a motherfucker in the back like Rambo.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay.
I want to be in like the dead middle.
All right.
That is some evocative imagery right there.
Yeah. So
completely obscured, invisible, with a straw.
So Hoag he'll ask you to set your coffin on the ground, and then he will have like earth kind of like wrap around it, and then it begins to just sink down into the ground where you tell him to put it. Does your coffin's, is the lid attached like on a hinge or bolted, like latched in, or does it just come right off?
Normally it's supposed to be like nailed shut. It's not like this expensive thing. However, obviously we're not nailing me into it, otherwise I'll die.
Mhm.
So I will tell the crew, whenever they're over me, I hope someone will bait, like Basil over here, to get them to chase. And then, jumping from the treetops or flying down from cover, we'll all ambush the big guy at once.
That sounds good to me.
Nick,
I was
if I'm
thinking I'd
looking at
be
the-
in this
go
tree.
ahead, sorry.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
If I'm looking at the topography of this thing, where Wick is the low point of this little hollow, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
You could climb up here, you could be up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this can be dense. I think this should be denser than this, so I can add tree assets if you have like a spot you would like to be shooting down
Can
from.
there be a tree directly in front of my grip? No, I'm kidding.
I know. I was just gonna say. I think I would ask our dwarf friend to. Do you see my clicks appearing? By the way.
I do not.
Or-
Are you clicking and holding?
If you click
I
and
see them.
hold, it'll ping the map.
Oh, there we go.
There we
Okay,
go.
Cool.
Let's see.
All right, so I'm pinging red. Can you have ask Morag to make me a nice little sniping position right up here with some dirt.
Yeah.
Give me some cover and a nice clear line of sight out towards the hollow.
Yes. Yeah. He'll give you like a nice like angled platform for you to like lay on or kneel on if you
Yeah.
like, but it's very tall, like a shield. So you've got a lot of cover here.
Excellent. And Chives is gonna go ahead and hightail it like up into the branches of this tree, like the jumping goats of coffee lore.
Excellent.
All right.
And then we both camouflage.
Wonderful.
All right. Looking at the topography, looks like Cacophony, you're going to go up there high where you can fly down.
So I was thinking I'd either be in this tree here, or I was thinking like, okay, so wait, what direction are they coming from? Are they coming from this way,
They're coming from
like
up
where I'm
here.
at,
Coming
And
from
then
up there?
northwest.
Oh, okay. So then I guess I would like to be like here, like on the rock or something,
bit.
like where I can like be obscured a little bit, but like if they try to fire an arrow at me, like they'll hit rock and I'll be fine. But I'll
Mhm.
still have the high ground, so I can, I don't know, fly down, scratch out their eyes, fly back. I don't know.
Nice.
Okay.
You mean
If
get stuck in and kill them all?
if we have time, how much time do we have here, Nick?
I think you all
I'm gonna-
managed to stay ahead of them, so there's probably like a half an hour to
groups
prepare.
move slow.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's
we
enough.
got this.
Hogue is amazing. I'm going to ask him to make a funnel. The last thing we want is for us to spring our trap and have people surrounding us. So I'll ask him to block off, so that they are funneled and they have to come through
Directly to me.
this
Mm.
area here. And then last but not least, over in this area, Nick, I will ask Hogue to create one more mound of earth that he and I can hide behind. And when
Okay.
they enter this valley, I will draw them in.
Okay, I'm gonna put some really cheap looking art assets on the map, but I think he would have tried to do a smoother job. His problem and what he tells you, he's like, I can't make anything look natural because, everything's covered in moss and grass, and like if I move earth, it's gonna disturb all of that, and they will know that I've moved stuff. So that might throw some flags for them.
Let's have a corner.
But yeah,
fine.
he can block this
That's
off.
fine.
He'll block this off, and then you want a rock to hide behind.
Yes.
There you go.
We wouldn't have had time to like make like spears or anything with like pieces of wood or whatever. Like we don't have any of like that gear.
You
Or,
have a crossbow.
half an hour. No. I was just thinking like if we're gonna if Hogue is gonna be like digging holes, can't we just like make it harder for them to like sink down into? You know what I mean? Make it
They
uneasy
may be
terrain
like 30
all the way around.
minutes from foot to like stabbing distance, but they can still see us, right?
Yep.
At least they'll see us before we are in murdering distance of each other.
That's true. Okay, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah, there is still some light, but there's like the battlefield is going to be lit by twilight, and and so it'll be dim, but yeah, everyone will be able to see each other.
Hogue perforate the ground underneath the surface to make it weak, like a tiger trap.
A tiger trap?
Like
Kind of
where it looks like, you know, normal ground on top, undisturbed, but there's a pit underneath that just the weight of a heavy thing going across it will like break it.
It's yeah.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know how detailed the dwarf earth modifying skills are.
Yeah, I think he can attempt to do this, but he is not certain he'll be able to. Because basically, what you're doing is you're digging a huge trench, and then what he would have to do is like get stone to form a thin layer that won't be able to support.
I'm saying, he has to work direct line of sight to the earth he's moving. He can't move the earth beneath the surface.
Oh,
without disturbing the top layer. Can you basically create like an empty aquifer, essentially, like under?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Near the surface, a
terrain
sinkhole in the making, essentially.
Yeah. He says it's very difficult working and leaving behind thin amounts of rock, especially, you know, the weakest stuff is what's on top. So I can try.
No, that's okay. Focus on your other stuff. The other thing I was going to ask is if he can like prop a boulder up like right here, with like where it's like balanced, held up by one little stick that I can shoot out with an arrow to drop it when it needs to be dropped. That was the other. I'm trying to do some Home Alone shit over here.
Yeah, he says, won't they just notice the boulder and avoid the area as a result?
Well, they're getting drawn into the pit. I mean, the boulder's gonna like roll down into the hollow from up here, right?
We can try it. And he shapes a massive boulder. And at this point, I think he's beginning to like his voice is starting to crack a little bit. And he says, I will need rest before I can do any more. I'm sorry. If my stone singing will be needed in the battle, I must stop here.
Don't worry, Hogue. You've
good.
done enough.
Yeah,
Come back here by me.
Boop.
Safe behind this rock.
Eric, come to the grave real quick.
Yes.
I whisper through like the. I need you to like get on your hands and knees to hear my voice. Merrick, can you hear me?
Wick, I can hear you.
Can anybody else hear me?
Only if you shout that loudly.
I don't. Fuck you, goat. Hey, real talk though. If it looks like we're all about to die, I need you to kill the dwarf.
Oh my god! Fuck.
That didn't go how I thought it would.
It will stop our village from fucking dying due to drought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many stone singers there are in the world. I don't think there's that many that the cult can just pull them out of their asshole, but I'm getting a little faint-headed here. Here's my dagger, and I just like zombie stick a dagger out for Merrick to take. Just slit his fucking neck.
I understand.
Thank you.
Merrick will walk back, contemplating and thinking about it.
Chives heard as well, and Chives stamps once for yes, agreeing with you that it's the right call. So
I don't speak chives. Your animal means nothing to me. Merrick, you know what you must do. I'm a good person, and sometimes being a good person is making the hard call. Alright. We ambush them.
Alright.
We're ready.
Perfectly.
Alright, Merrick, go ahead
returns.
and move yourself back into position. The cultists, you will hear scrambling, not scrambling so much as like hiking up into this area, following the trail left behind. Thank you for covering yourself there, Wick. And as you would expect, they come over this hill into the little ravine, exactly as expected. And they are going to call behind them to the Archveiler. and say, "Hey, boss, I think they're up here. Tread carefully. It's getting dark." One of them shouts in a strange accent that you've never heard before.
His name is Vinny.
Is he about to say, "I'm walking here"?
I'm walking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen when one of them falls in a tiger trap. Oh, I was walking here.
Oh, my ankle! It just went through the skin.
Fuck.
Ooh,
I will-
okay.
I
We
will
are
wait
getting
until
very
they
silly.
get closer to where Wick is.
I'm sorry.
And then I will wait until they get closer to where Wick is, and when they approach that area, I will start shouting out.
Is this ball trap not gonna go off first?
I gotta shoot it.
Only if Basil shoots it.
Okay.
Alright,
Well, I'm not the trigger. You guys are the trigger, so
Oh, yeah.
you decide.
If Basil decides to shoot it, that's great. Otherwise, I will
Yeah.
say something.
Now that they're in position, I'm gonna. Is this a called shot, Nick, to get to trigger the trap? Or since it's not a target, can I just hit
Let
it?
me look at the trigger for that really quick. Hold shot, because I think that's when you attack a nope. Oh yeah, when you attack a defenseless or surprised enemy at range, you can choose to deal your damage or name your target. And roll plus dex. On a success, you do stuff. Hold on, what is the stuff? Let me read that.
Oh, sorry.
It's like stun them or
Yeah,
knock
it's
them prone.
All right.
body part specific.
Yeah, here is what I'll say. This is a modified called shot. So you can either just straight up deal your damage by loosing your arrow and hitting the boulder and having it roll down and dealing the equivalent of your class damage, or you can roll, and this is basically just for extra points, and this will basically just crush several additional ones if your attack is successful, if your roll is successful. So it'll have an increased effect if you choose to roll and perform well.
Comfort Eagle, what are we thinking? Just start out base, just go for the damage?
What did you last roll? What was the last dice you rolled? This matters. Rolled an 8? I say go
rolled
for it. We gamble
8.
here.
We are
Did
gambling.
you just say, what do you think, Comfort Eagle?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the name
That's
of our
the name
crew
of our
now.
group now?
I'm updating the
See.
episode title to Comfort Eagle.
Yeah.
That is, we found
My,
our
ep- my
name.
episode title is The Blockage.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. yeah.
Not
Very-
nearly as.
Oh boy.
Comfort Eagle is better.
It's not as cakey.
Let the
It's really funny
hurricane set
because in the
motion.
pre-show, I told John that it was going to be on the wings of an eagle.
You did say that, huh?
Oh wow, full circle.
Yeah, well, we are living Comfort Eagle. All right, I'm doing called shot, dexterity.
The roll. Okay,
Ugh.
that
Yes!
is
Oh,
an 11.
Nice.
Gamble! That's what we do here.
So here's
So Basil knocks an arrow, pulls back, still camouflage, lets it loose. It hits perfectly the little twig holding up this boulder, and fucking Indiana Jones style, it rolls down the hill.
Yeah, well, and here is, I think, the added bonus. I think you hear Hogue do like a little twerpy whistle, and as the boulder's falling down and a bunch of the cultists are like, what's going on? I think his stone singing splits the boulder in half, and each half kind of spreads out, and I think it misses this one cultist as each half splits out and takes out 2 cultists each.
Oh, nice.
That is what we like to see.
And then the boulder rolls and lands right on top of Wick's coffin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's crushing.
Then I die.
It's like far enough down.
All right, I'm gonna switch up our music here.
Pirates.
Nick, since that was a successful called shot and I didn't actually hit a person, am I still camouflaged? Am I still unknown to them?
No,
Just, like,
you made a
ghost in the hills?
move.
Okay.
So camouflage, enemies never spot you until you make a movement, and I also choose to read that as also making a move.
Got it. So they know my position.
They know your position, but Hogue gave you like basically a castle wall
Oh, excellent.
with like a slit for aiming at. So they would have to roll really well. They don't roll, but they would have to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they don't roll. We know. No, okay.
I'll do one more action, and I promise I'll shut up. I give Hogue a knowing, grateful nod of the head across from our positions, thanking him. For
Excellent.
his help.
Let them come. What the fuck?
Cacophony just disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Still invisible.
bad.
Damn, Shannon, what are
It's
you
still
up
invisible. I don't know.
to? Yeah, let me...
I'm.
Oh!
Oh,
Sorry, this is your
You're
default
huge.
token on your character sheet, so...
What
He's
is
still
it?
huge.
It's like she's enormous. Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, they can't win now if Cacophony is that big. She's just like walking around like stomping them like ants.
So now Cacophony shoots with her crossbow, right?
That's exactly what I was gonna. That's what. So I
Go
was
for it.
trying to click the ruler, but I clicked the paint thing instead, and I was like,
Whoops.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, go ahead and fire your shot. Give me a volley.
Fire your guns. It's time to run.
I'm not sure.
Quick
who that is.
volley. Only the
All right.
strong-
Deal your damage, but choose one. You have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger. Excuse me, of my choice. You have to take what you can get minus 1d6, or you have to take several shots, reducing your ammo by 1.
I have to move to get the shot, and I'll place myself in danger of the GM's choice.
Okay. You need to like take a couple shots, but some of the cultists are like hiding behind like the boulders that are now like kind of did that, like, you know how like a coin will like kind of roll along its entire edge.
Yeah.
The boulders basically did that and then settled onto the halves, and the cultists are taking cover behind the boulders. So you have to get up a bit. And it's in that moment that the Archveiler is going to teleport behind you.
Ah, damn it! Why
He's
are
got-
you like
he's
this?
magic.
This is why we
Teleport?
can't have nice things.
He's
This
a
is why we
high-level
can't have nice-
caster, yo.
So in that moment, can I just like spin around and shoot my
What?
crossbow at him instead?
No, you may not.
God damn it! All right,
One
cool.
of the tags of
Nani?
the crossbow, yeah, nani, is reload, I believe. Reload, yes,
Okay.
meaning that you need to take a moment before you can attack again.
but she should get.
She still shoots.
Yes, you do.
She deals her
So
damage.
roll your damage, please.
And then I
Oh,
would like to
You're
take an
cutting out.
action, unless the Veiler's teleportation is including. I'm sorry, I'm cutting out. How about now?
You're
yeah,
back.
You
Yeah,
were
you're
for a
back.
minute there. You're
Back.
good. So I deal 7 damage.
kill 2.
You take out the
Pierce their
one
head.
that just barely
Okay.
managed to miss the boulders getting split in half.
Or bastard.
Right.
All right.
Unless Veiler, after his teleportation, is taking another action or another move on top of Cacophony, I would like to cast a spell.
Go for it.
Is he still holding that staff of his?
He sure is, and this saber, and he's preparing to strike at Cacophony.
I will cast
Uh-oh.
Cause Fear on his staff.
Gotcha. Okay. Go ahead and roll cast a spell. That is
Nice.
an 11.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me link the description for the spell once again. But I'm lagging a little bit. There it goes.
Yeah, a little bit. You're casting this on his staff.
Yes.
Flee, panic, beg, okay. The target is afraid of the object so long as you maintain the spell. Their reaction is up to them. Flee, panic, beg, or fight. While this spell is ongoing, you take -1 to cast a spell. You cannot target entities with less than animal until blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Obviously, he drops it, right?
I think what he does is he tosses it into the air and it disappears.
So he's not afraid of it. Got it. All right. Wick busts out and comes to go and kill everybody. All right. They're all clumped up.
I love
He
that you
literally-
moved the lines you drew.
Yeah, but I could not target my token.
Uh,
With his very sharp sword, it's super sharp. I can easily pierce through two of these chaff boys, right? I'm gonna stab them. I'm gonna hack them.
all right, they are standing there, black daggers ready. And
They're
as you approach them,
sardines. There's no way. They were getting ready for like a gunfight, right?
they've got daggers, man.
Okay. Well, I stabbed them all.
All right, give me hack and slash.
I would love to give you. A
Get him!
No, they don't get them.
Deal your damage, please. All right, you managed
Wow.
to thrust through one.
-2 armor.
Yeah, they don't have armor. So you
okay,
just pierce through one. He just like collapses on your blade, and you're kind of like, and the other one takes a swing at you, but you manage to evade out of the way.
I'm gonna do that 5 more times. Do you really want to?
Well, you're the one who asked for initiative order, so we're gonna swing back around to Basil.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure, I did.
I poke my head out of my. Yep, I poke my head out of my cover and take aim at the Archveiler with. Is he still poisoned, by the way?
No. But there are cuts on his face.
Oh, but didn't Cacophony poison him?
Yeah, I had the bloodweed on my
Ooh.
thingies
Yeah.
whenever I scratched his face.
Let me look up
Shouldn't he be
poison.
taking damage ongoing, sir?
Her poison does not deal damage.
It reduces damage.
It reduces damage. Yes.
Oh.
Reduces his damage.
Oh, got it.
That's how high he is, bro.
Let me look at the rules on poison because I don't know how long it lasts.
Doesn't it say until cured?
The
I
same.
believe that's what it did.
I'm scrolling
I'm gonna
up.
scroll up.
Bloodweed. The target
Oh, nice.
deals -1d4 damage until cured. Does he have a anti-poison blood mist thing or whatever?
He would have an antitoxin had he crashed a wedding between an orc and a halfling, but
Oh, snap.
Since
We
we
got
did
that
that for
now.
him. we have the
You're
antitoxin.
welcome.
Hey,
I'm really just asking if I should load a poison arrow right now or just keep using regular arrows.
hey, Merrick. Does
Yeah.
cure wounds heal poison?
No, I don't believe that it does. A healing potion, I believe, would cure an affliction.
Hmm.
There's a very specific
Uh,
antitoxin. Would
well-
you like me to click your wounds so we
Well,
can look?
you know what? I don't need you to because I have written here. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you all a peek behind the curtain.
I can do whatever I want, Nick.
Well,
Yeah,
there is that. I do have that written down. But for one of the Archveiler's moves, I have Steal and Twist Magic. So I'm gonna say he has used the cure wounds he stole from you, and he is no longer poisoned. And
that
in fact,
means he's still damaged. Yes, we got him.
and in fact,
Easy.
there are scars, healed scars, on his face that you can see here, Cacophony, where you scratched him hours earlier.
All right, so I'm going to knock a bloodweed poisoned arrow.
Okay.
And he knows my position, right? So this is just a regular volley.
Yes.
Is that dexterity still? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oop.
Hey,
Ooh.
you
Boop.
headshot him. He dies immediately.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So your arrow hits his magic shield, which appears right as the arrow strikes it, and it basically shatters, but the arrow falls to the ground, having dealt no damage.
Wait, so his magic shield shatters?
Yes.
Okay, so he's open to attack now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool.
It's your turn, Cacophony.
It is your turn, Cacophony. And
Stab him.
the Archveiler, like he has tossed his his staff into the air, and it just like with a dark red light that isn't very bright, but it just kind of like collapsed it or disintegrated it. You're not really sure, but the staff is gone, and he has brought his saber up. The arrow comes and breaks his shield, but he is driving his blade towards you anyway. What do you do?
Oh, do I have my shield? I have mushless shield.
You do.
No.
You.
Can I?
Although you said you had your crossbow, so I don't know.
I do have my Okay, never mind. You know what? I fire my crossbow. I'm gonna get hit anyway.
Okay. Well, you're not. You are close with him, so you're gonna need to drop that and use a melee weapon. You cannot fire. You cannot use volley in melee range.
Oops. All right. So then I drop my crossbow. I thought I had a rapier on here. Like I thought I had a sword. Damn it. I had a sword. I don't have a sword anymore. It's cool.
Got claws.
Yeah, I got claws. So I'm gonna use my talons, I guess, and I'm gonna go at him.
All right.
With my talons.
Hack and slash.
I'm gonna try and dodge. Like as he's coming down with the sword, I'm like dodge out of the way and like lunge in to attack.
Okay, that is hack and slash.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Let me take my experience.
He smirks and like lances into you, or not lances, but he's just kind of stabs into you like almost a pirouette. Like right as you kind of lunge to the side, he has anticipated this and he will attack you. And he says, "You're fast, but not that smart, Selkie." And he is going to deal some damage. Let me find my favorite die. That is a 1.
17. Oh.
I rolled 1. But
Accept.
his blade. What armor are you wearing?
I have just standard armor. I don't know.
Leather armor.
Leather
armor.
Okay.
I thought I bought I meant to buy this stuff when we were in
leather armor
town.
and you bought a shield, but you're not wearing it.
All right, there you go. That's what I've got.
You were gonna buy the scale, but you
I
couldn't
was.
wear it without.
You have leather armor.
I have leather
If you
armor.
bought the scale, you would wear it, but you would have -1 on all rolls.
That's
because
right.
it's
Right.
clumsy as a tag.
Okay.
So you didn't.
Got
You
it.
bought the shield instead.
So
I remember
he
now.
like
Thank
pokes you, and it goes straight through your armor. Take 1 damage, please.
Got it.
And he says, "Your friend may have rid me of my staff, but I only need this blade to kill you and your friends." And he's going to continue to duel with you.
I got God and anime on my side, he says.
Merrick.
I will shout. I will turn to Hogue and say, "Come on, with me. This rock up here, does it bridge the gap between Basil's area and
Yeah, sure.
Cacophony's area?"
Could run over that.
All right. I will tell Hogue to come with me, and we will move up here to the other side of Basil. I think is fair for like a round, right? We will move here so that Hogue is.
Oh no, Brian.
No, Brian.
I'll message him really quick.
Is by an ally. Oh,
Oh.
no, I'm cutting out again, huh? See, I can hear you guys clearly. You just can't hear me.
You are
It's just
a
you're
robot.
coming in and out.
Yeah.
Stop the downloads, Brian. We know what you're
Okay.
downloading.
I don't have any downloads. I just paused the stream. Is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Maybe not.
We'll find out.
Okay.
Okay. So you rush with Hogue.
Over
Yeah.
to my position.
Yep. But there's plenty of cover for all of you up here. Hogue did not go light on how much coverage there was up here, so you all have good coverage. But Wick has them all kind of preoccupied at this point anyway. They are coming around those that are in the back are coming around to face you, Wick.
And then an ibex jumps from a tree to
Yep.
intercede, right? As I stab them all to death, Nick.
All right, hack and slash, buddy.
I'm gonna do it.
Excellent. Deal your damage.
I've done it. I killed them all,
Holy
Nick.
fuck.
Can he get a? Can
Holy
he get a?
shit.
Can he get an aid from Chives, like pushing them towards his sword?
Yeah, he
Nick,
like.
if I do an extra 1d6 here, will it kill them all? They have like 3 HP each, right?
It is possible you could finish them all off. Yes.
All right.
One swing.
Fuck. 14. One up. many
Yes,
are up?
that actually made the difference. We were rounding up to one more. So yeah, Chives runs across the branches, leaps down and knocks one as you shish kebab 3 of the cultists. Oh my god, why is
Oh, that's so satisfying.
it's so funny
My sword is so sharp.
for the viewers? So I have on a different browser their view of Roll20, and it doesn't update unless I have that on the top. It's so weird. Anyway,
Uh-oh.
you shish kebab 3 of the cultists, and they are all killed. As one of them, well, actually, the remaining 2 slash in and deal. Oh my god, 2 damage. I rolled 2 ones in a row.
I take it. You two are next.
I mean, but you
And then I'm gonna
subtract
kill you
armor.
guys.
You take no damage, so
I take no damage, Nick.
all right.
I'm doing the thing I was meant to do.
Basil, what are you doing?
Wick and Chives seem to have those guys in hand, so I'm gonna knock just a regular arrow and take another shot at the Veiler.
Okay. Give me your volley, please.
Boop!
Oh,
Wow.
Damn.
Nice.
get him!
Boop!
Yes!
All right.
Oh,
you,
shit.
Where do you hit the Veiler?
Right between the eyes.
No.
No?
Not a
No.
kill
Okay.
shot.
This is not a kill shot.
Right.
In the kidney.
In the kind of like the pressure point by his collarbone on the sword arm side of his shoulder.
Oh boy, this dude is picking up a lot of scars today. You put one into the Veiler right there above his collarbone. He reels back. He begins coughing blood. He reaches out a hand and quickly drops it and goes, unfortunate. And he looks you dead in the eyes and he begins muttering under his breath cacophony.
Okay, can who is it my turn? I don't
Yes, he is
I don't wanna step
casting.
in front of
He
you.
is
Okay.
about to cast a spell. What do you do?
Can I want to throw a dagger at him? And I want to defy danger and like fly away and like throw a dagger at him.
There is
Or,
there is no immediate danger to be dodging unless you think he is casting the spell directly at you.
I do.
Okay. Well,
Running
I mean,
away.
they're okay. His spell isn't. He is not casting a spell at you. He is trying to leave.
I see. Oh, okay. So then
But you can
Rip
certainly
his
like flap your
right
wings,
out.
backflip, and then like throw daggers.
then let's do that because it would be so much cooler.
All right, you fly back. Give me a volley.
All right. Oh Jesus. I hope it doesn't suck.
Oh my god, that's a
Nice shot.
13.
Now we get the rolls.
Oh damn.
All right,
In the neck.
roll damage.
Okay. It's gonna be like 1.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Max.
Okay, let me
Max
do my
damage.
math here.
I'm so pleased right now.
Not really, Shannon. He had one more armor up his sleeve, and now he's at one
Yeah,
hit
right.
point.
He does have 1 armor, but he has 12 HP. I think this is enough. Because Chives, or I'm sorry, Basil did 5, and you've done 7. That's 12. Oh my god, you've killed him.
Killed his ass, dude.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I think Cacophony starts doing the fucking robot. I think she's like super pumped.
Um,
Well, let's make sure Wick's okay before we.
Is-
Oh yeah, right.
was
Sorry.
that a kill shot cacophony, or was that just to injure him?
What?
Like, was your
The
intention?
daggers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that when she threw the dagger, she was going like right for the throat, right? Like right in the region where he was already wounded to like cut off his air supply. You can't mutter under your breath if you have no breath.
All right.
So she was going for the throat.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so there is now a knife or a dagger sticking out of the Veiler's throat. Blood is running down his neck. He drops to the ground. He can no longer finish his spell. You can see magic has manifested in his hand, and it just like stutters, like something has gone wrong with the spell, and it fizzles.
Hey, Nick.
Yes,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Wonderful. Does the staff come back?
No,
Never.
he is not dead yet, but he is bleeding out.
Oh, somebody come finish this guy. quick.
Merrick and Wick.
I think.
I killed these last two guys.
All right,
go
give me a hack and slash to clean up.
I do it.
John.
Team, I didn't even know you.
God.
I didn't even know you could roll that
That's
high in
two
this game. Can I be
sixes.
honest?
That
Oh
is-
my god.
I mean, that's the maximum roll you can do without, like, +1 forwards or ongoings or other
Holy
modifiers.
shit.
Oh.
All right, so now that they're dead, I'm gonna soy dive for this. Kill, steal them. Okay, no, okay,
Oh.
they're dead. Woo! I've killed 8 people. I'm proud of myself, but also I hate myself. Merrick, do your thing.
We're gonna throw this guy a parade tonight.
I will move over. I'll be like, should I save him? He's a wizard. They're wary.
Kill him.
Kill his ass.
I
He's-
have good. I can
Make
speak
sure
to his
he is
soul.
fully magically dead. If you have a
My flail will go ahead, Nick.
He has dropped his black saber on the ground, and he's kneeling down, like covering his throat, then leaving a hand behind, trying to like reach out for it, but he's passing out. He leans back to make sure he keeps his balance while he bleeds out. He's like reeling. His hood falls back, revealing he has very handsome and sharp features. Again, very, very deep set, dark brown eyes. With the shadows around his eyes, they almost look black. He's got the well-kept beard, but he's just kind of like gasping for air.
What happens if you stab him with his own sword?
You stab him with a sword.
I know, but is it a magic sword? I don't know.
It's laying there.
I will say,
Oh.
we got
No,
you.
He walks
Brian.
up and dramatically bludgeons him to death. We know. I want to help you, Shadow,
Ugh.
but you're
No,
frozen.
Brian. Brian, come back.
Damn it, John.
I take your cursing more seriously if we could understand you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Shadow is typing in the chat.
Let the hurricane set in motion into the ocean and it all.
Shadow just narrate in the chat. Yeah.
John, don't give me DMCA, please.
I can't. It's an original song. I'd have to play it through my own speakers.
I
Smashes
smash
him in the
face with
Go
my
ahead.
flail and tell him we got his message. Oh,
Nice.
fuck. Okay, so you smash the Archveiler in the face, and I think we will leave that gore off of the camera's focus, but the body drops to the floor. Merrick, your mace has lots of blood all over it. But that will wrap things up with this combat.
He says, except I
yeah.
don't have a flail. Whoops.
Oh no.
I think he has an axe or something.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
well, it's like a battle axe to the forehead. Even better.
Jesus.
Nah, that's
All right,
gorgeous.
while they're all watching that spectacle, Wick is running the direction they came from, trying to find this guy's wife. Because he made a blood oath and he wants to honor that.
Chives is running with you.
Come with me, my battle companion.
There
We must go
is
hither.
one other cultist standing down the hill with Dola Marystone, and he goes,
Not for long.
"Oh, you, You're not, and you run him through.
No, I throw like 4 knives.
Oh, there you go.
Those all hit. Oh my god, what are these rolls now?
John.
Where were these earlier?
Yo,
Shit.
John, I'm just gonna say this once. Go buy a lottery ticket
Yeah.
right now.
Oh my god.
You're on fire, my dude. Holy
I'm
shit.
rolling 2d6s really well, guys.
Yeah.
My connection has improved, and I'm temporarily back. I had a nice little narrative, and then I thought John stole it, and I got super mad and yelled at him. But really, I was just frozen.
We did hear. God damn it, John.
Would you like to
Yeah, we heard that.
retroactively narrate your kill move?
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Wick, you run through the final Veiler, and Dola, who was just kind of like sheepishly looking down and then looked up, surprised when you and Chives were running down the hill, just
I'm the
like
incarnation of death.
just starts weeping, and she like walks up to you and just hugs you around the waist.
He tries to hug me. I go for the legs on the shoulder. We're going to her husband. This quest needs to be sped run. You are picking the wrong man to grieve into, and just run.
He's also like covered in dirt and blood at this point, right? So he's just
Oh,
a mess.
certainly,
Yeah.
certainly.
Just right everywhere.
This
We'll worry
fireman
about that
carrying
when
we
a
get to
screaming dwarf, yeah.
The
Just
weeping
relieved.
immediately stops as she is stunned and surprised. Chives runs back with you.
This is good.
We run all the way back.
My Dola! Oh my god.
A blood oath has been fulfilled.
Hugs.
I think you blood
smooches.
slap his face again, you know.
Yes. It is done. Yeah.
To seal it, yeah.
What a touching reunion, I say, as I quickly go to my... I'm just running. Non-stop activity. We gotta go.
Wick has the zoomies.
Yeah.
The
I'm running on a
post-battle
charge.
zoomies.
Okay, I gotta take the coffin out of a hole, then shove 8 bodies into said hole. And we're good. I'm done.
Are you clown carring your coffin with Veilers?
No, that
No, the
coffin's
ditch.
for me.
You just fill in the hole.
Yeah, I'm filling the hole, not the
Oh,
coffin.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
I
Yeah.
feel like we should set these bodies on fire as well because we don't know who will come upon them. And
Yeah.
While
can we,
they're doing
can
that-
I, by the way, can
Right,
I
Andy.
loot the Archveiler?
oh yeah,
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
We will inspect his body, the saber, see if we can find anything else on it.
That is literally the only possession he has on his body.
He doesn't have clothing. He's been nude this whole time.
Okay, he has
No
robes.
iconography of his god, Nick.
There is iconography of his god.
Hell yeah, there is.
Let me that's-
Any identifying tattoos? What's his dental record look?
Oh, all right, so you're stripping him.
What's his credit score?
yes.
Well,
yeah.
Merrick stripped.
High school
I
Now
would
this
mascot,
name, yeah, exactly.
first pet's name.
What
Yeah,
is
he's
his
just got a
name?
diary with all of this information in here.
Perfect.
Wow.
Nice.
This
I'm getting
is
quite a
bad,
book
bad
collection.
password practice for this guy.
Let
No wonder he
me
died so easily.
find the symbol of this.
Is his
was-
magic shield associated with a spell or like a relic or something?
He
Like,
does
is
not have a
saying-
shield.
It is
No,
a-
his like force
arcane
field. Is,
shield.
okay.
That was
We
that was
call
pure
those hit
magic.
points in Clovis.
I believe it was
the
the spell. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so this is you find on his body a tattoo. Wick, you said you're looking
Yeah.
for tattoos, so you're
Okay, I'm there now.
stripping him down.
Mm-hmm. Throw the sword to Basil, because he's a loot hog. I
What?
strip him. What? You said you go for the sword.
Yeah.
I said I go to loot him to see what he's got.
Yeah, we know what you really mean.
I already have
got you,
2
Andy.
swords.
I
don't
understand.
I don't need more
Take it.
swords.
No,
Merrick, do you want
got
the
your
sword?
cross-
Because if you
I-
don't,
I'm
then I'll
keeping
take
the
it.
sword now. Okay, I'm the sword guy. Let me.
You already have a weapon.
you have a
ass, and I
sword.
had the
I
cacophony.
confuse them together. All right.
No, Cacophony gets the sword.
What's this
Goodbye.
tattoo look like, Nick?
If you take a look at the drawing I've made here, right to your north,
Oh, please.
The dragon's eye mason symbol.
Ah, Sauron is here.
Is that
Yep.
what
Yep.
this is?
Yeah, that's the Eye of Sauron.
Yep.
And now make
Which
sure
is
they-
very
Damn
fitting
close.
for my next character once Wick dies. No, keep it. I like it.
Hang on.
It's the
Definitely.
Eye of Sauron.
The Eye of Sauron
Definitely.
has these like
Yeah, it's
Morgoth.
it has the like W underneath it, or like spikes coming out from the bottom, right?
No, it's just, I
You
mean,
say
it's
tomato,
described
I
as
say
a lidless
tomato.
eye wreathed in flame.
Okay, well,
True.
this is what you see.
How beautiful, I say to myself. And
Nick-
then I conjure his spirit to talk with him, I guess.
While he's doing that, can I consult Gorthank's diary and try to find a mention of this symbol anywhere?
Sure. Give me a spout lore, and I believe you have prep. You could. Oh, you rolled already. Okay.
No, that's me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, sorry. That's Wick. Sorry, Wick. I don't know what you're doing.
I said I contacted spirit.
Oh, okay.
But finish up Merrick.
Yes. Why don't we do Merrick first? Would you like to use one of your preparation here?
Do I need to decide that before I roll?
Yes.
I will use a preparation, and I believe spouting lore, I also have a +1 forward due to the fact that I have Gorthank's diary. Is that correct, or is that only related to
The
things
Iron
with?
Brothers.
No, never mind. It's about communities in the Ravenlands. This has nothing to do with that. But I will take the preparation if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Right. So
Bolts
+1
are
with
good.
spout lore.
That's a 10.
+1 is
Oh.
the +1 is added in.
Oh, it is.
So that
in.
is a 9.
Okay. All right. The GM will tell you something interesting. It's on you to make it useful.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what context this symbol would be listed in Gorthank's diary. So Gorthank, in one of his sections, he writes of having done research on the gods themselves, trying to kind of just document very broad and loose, history of the gods. There's very little in literature. There's very, very little in literature, and even let me back up. There is very little about the gods, and their past, their personal history in scripture, in stories shared, in song. It's just not really a focus of any of the faiths of this pantheon. And there's even less about it in literature. The gods don't seem to be very forthcoming about the gods. But there has been note that gods have made references to gods that we haven't heard of. It is believed by some, at least those who have talked to the gods about their history, that there are some gods who are no longer here, or have gone elsewhere, or died. And they simply just don't talk about them. But there is a page where there are many, many icons and symbols sketched, and this is one of them. This is a symbol of a god.
Is there a name associated with the symbol? Or is
No.
it just a symbol?
It's just a symbol.
So while he is reading through books like a nerd, I'm getting the answer straight from the source. I'm going to go ahead and choose that the -1 ongoing to cast a spell until the next time I prepare spells.
Okay.
Because this is my last spell. And then I wish to pull this dude's spirit back from death's door. and say, hey, come back here. I need to talk with you for a second.
Body's not even cold yet. Okay, contact spirits. Name the spirit you wish to contact or leave it to the GM. Oh, that's fun. You pull that creature through the plains just close enough to speak to you. It is bound to answer any one question you ask to the best of its ability.
Sure. It is.
Okay. The Archveiler's spirit appears before you. And it is unlike the ghost of the Raven sister that you spoke with before. Or any, I mean, have you spoken with other spirits before you spoke with her?
Only the ones inside my mind, Nick.
Oh my god. Fuck, what was her name?
We have her shield.
Mushla,
thank you.
Mushla's shield.
Yes, yeah. Mushla. So Mushla's spirit was, white and pale, translucent. The Archveiler's, it looks like he's standing there before you. Like, he is solid. He is not glowing in any way. The only difference is that he is completely red.
Well then, that's... looks good on him.
He looks over at his own corpse and says, "You work quickly."
I'm not going to be baited into answering a question. Tell me, spirit whose pathetic death I have kind of witnessed, what god do you now go to? Which one claims you at the Black Gate?
None, for I have given my soul to the Nightwalker.
Well, I look at Merrick to write that down, because I'm sure as shit not.
He will return to this land and undo everything that has been done.
If you are tenable to another question, I know you're not obligated to answer this, but I mean, look, if you want to haunt this ridgeline, I'm not going to stop you, boss. But what made you turn evil, like laughably so? Like, I myself dabble in like moral ambiguity as like a good person, but you are like a cartoon. So, what went wrong, Chief? I wanna appeal to this guy's emotions, if he has any.
Nothing. I am doing necessary work. This is right and good.
Yeah, but who told you that? You weren't born and you were like, aha, time to make the Nightwalker appear.
No one needed to tell me. Life has been pain enough. Humans are a scourge on this world, and we will bring their end. There are many more besides I. Other Archveilers who will continue my work.
And many to follow you into the grave. And I plunge my blade into his spectral form, dismissing the spell.
Excellent. He
and
disappears.
His soul. All right. I clap my hands clean of this grisly necromancy. Feeling better. Feeling better about myself, Nick.
Wick is finally shaking it off.
We did some good, guys. It's not the adrenaline, I swear.
Did you hear that last part, though? Disturbing. Archveiler. Not his name. It's a title. There will be more.
Can you imagine if you were born with the name Arch? That'd be pathetic. And then we go to sit on a hill and stargaze in this peaceful, beautiful evening with 2 new dwarf friends and also a new shiny sword. What does that sword do, though, Nick?
It is not shiny at all. It is more matte. It is a black saber. Let's see. Let me look at some sword stats.
Is it?
So, can I drop Mushla's shield and like give it back to Chives, and just and because I'll be encumbered then. Because I'm like at 9 out of 9 right now.
Yeah, Chives can carry one
sister?
item. That's fine.
But But I want it to be Chives' choice. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to like foist the shield on you. It didn't really serve me very well in battle because I did not use it. I forgot.
What do you think, Andy?
Chives politely bows his head, looks a little annoyed, but knows that the shield may still yet be valuable for us, so he agrees to carry it.
Aw. I'm gonna have to like sneak him some like carrots and hay and stuff.
You get the ibex equivalent of like a horse, like
A ruthless stare.
he rattles his head a little bit, which shakes the skull that's on his horns.
I love that.
This is a one damage sword, with 1 weight, and
Nice.
magical properties. Is how I will where I will leave that.
Heretofore unseen magical properties. Got it. +1 damage. 1 weight.
Did the other foot soldiers have anything worth looting?
Yes, they had daggers made, it appears, of the same black metal material, but they are just regular daggers with magical properties.
I'm gonna drop one of my. I still don't. I can't remember why I have 2 short swords, but I'm gonna drop one of them and pick up one of these daggers instead as my second short range weapon.
Okay.
What did you call the sword?
You're gonna be using Colt weapons from here on out. I think you should play the part too. Why don't you grab some robes? Here's some dark stab through robes for you. Why are you worshiping this guy? What's going on?
I needed a sword.
I look at what? What?
Because I did.
All right. Don't come crying to me when you guys start dreaming of a fucking red eyeball in your mind's eye.
It's very possible.
Telling you to kill all humans.
I mean,
We
that's
have to
assuming
we have to reclaim the tools of their atrocity for the sake of humanity.
I'm
Maybe
just
we could do,
saying,
like, a
man, I
cleansing
got a
spell or
keen
something.
sense of like sacrificial dirk, and this is all kind of screaming at me.
Nick, would you drop one of the magic daggers into my inventory, or should I make a slot for it?
Do you already have a slot for daggers?
No, should I just change my existing short sword to magic dagger?
If you just delete that, I can add daggers to your sheet.
Speaking of daggers, Merrick, can I have mine back?
Yes. I'll hand it
Thank
back
you.
to him.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it a ritual dagger.
Nice.
Ooh.
And I will add magic properties, ?
Oh, is this not a +1 as well?
No, the daggers are not +1.
Oh, never mind. I don't want it.
Hell yeah.
All that work.
Okay,
All
go
that
ahead and
work
delete
for
it.
nothing.
Yep. Never mind.
All right.
I got my short sword.
Would you move Mushla's shield back to Chives? And it is +1 armor.
Yes, I can do that.
I don't know if a goat can use a shield. Right.
No, he can't use it, but he can wear it and look cool.
Sure.
If anybody could, it would be Chives. I believe.
Well,
He's just gonna like do the devil walk.
Hmm.
It's like going on its hind legs, like in The Witch.
While they are doing
Yep.
this, I will walk over to the dwarves and ask, "Are you doing okay?"
They are weeping and embracing each other, and trying to reassure one another. And they turn to you and say, "We will be fine now. Thank you so much. Really, we don't know how we can repay you. Thank
You
you.
should come back to the village.
Which village would that
The
be?
The
Hollows.
village we're from, the Hollows.
The Hollows.
It is far south from here, away from these cultists.
Mm-hmm.
It could be good.
And we
work
don't
for
have a
the
stone
mayor
singer.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
You
got
wouldn't be
mine
alone.
shafts
You'd be
filled
surrounded
with
by community.
This is true.
With gold, you say?
Supposedly. So the legends go.
Could be interesting.
I show him my shitty little trinket that I made a while back.
He inspects it. I don't remember
It's made
exactly.
of gold.
I don't remember exactly what you rolled on that, but
it was a decent one.
I think it was mediocre.
Yeah.
He says
25 GP.
I see. Interesting. And they look fondly on dwarves there?
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Well, I mean,
How
That's
if
not
they
me.
accepted us,
Talent
then
such as yours.
Well,
They'll
especially
accept
when we
you.
tell them that your stone singing was so critical in helping restore their water flow and removing these cultists from this area. You're a
This
hero.
is true.
absolutely.
You don't think that they would hold contempt for us, for me?
No,
For-
only
for-
I hold contempt.
They'll have
This
to
is
hold
true.
contempt for all of us if that's the case.
No, nobody will be mad
I
at
look,
you.
I look so proud at my own joke, and then walk
You-
away. I'll be right back.
Very well. We will come with you. Thank you once again.
Fantastic.
All right.
And I think at this point, we would like to. I don't know if I don't want to speak for everybody. I think it's time for us to try and journey back.
Yeah.
With
Journey back.
pretty much all of our goals accomplished on this mission, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Before we journey, I just have a mechanics question. So with Mushla's shield, I am over the gear limit. Does Chives carrying it mean it shouldn't be considered as like weight in my gear?
Yeah. So what we can do is say.
I added on Chives to the name just so that it's
Yeah. We can. Shoot, I thought there was a way to list things as not on your person. Let's just put 0 for the weight. And then in the details, I'll put weight 2. When
perfect.
on
Okay.
person. There you go. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You bet. All right. So, you all will make camp here for the evening or somewhere nearby, as it is nighttime.
Nice.
Hogue will construct basically any shelter that you all are interested in having for the night. So like if you want like a little tiny, like a little person-sized yurt for yourself to sleep under, and you know, with a opening to come and go as you please, he can make that for you.
For a shallow grave.
He takes your coffin and basically
I'm
does.
so happy about the request too, Nick. Just let me have this.
Yeah, he does what he did before and creates, you know, that underground for you.
Thank you.
And oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, please.
I was gonna say the next day you all are ready to hit the road. Can I have us undertake a perilous journey once again?
Dibs on Trailblazer.
I'll scout. Or oh no, sorry, I'll quartermaster.
Should I scout or Merrick? Do you want to scout?
I can scout. Are they all wisdom rolls?
They are all wisdom rolls.
Wow. Very nice. We
Yes.
get super lost, Nick.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't
but
think
we
I'm
see our
ever going to
danger
pass
coming.
one of
I'm
these.
trying to find my right music for this. Oh well, I'll just use forest.
Ah, damn it.
I roll a 10 plus automatically.
Yep. Okay.
Shannon, what are you
Shannon.
rolling for?
Yeah.
What?
What are you rolling for, Shannon?
I did undertake a perilous journey. I don't know. I'm tired.
We had
I'm not
3
rolling for
rolls and
anything.
we
All
already
right,
did the roll.
Andy. No, Basil works way too hard. Shannon takes it from here. We all fail.
Cool.
John, you were trailblazing.
I'm trailblazing.
Okay. Oh shoot, I don't remember how many rations I charged you all the first time. I think it's like 4 each.
Well, let me see. How many rations did I have?
No, I subtracted all the rations.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many people were us? 4? I
Uh,
had
6 now, actually.
How many come in a pack? 5? Because I'm at 8 now.
It depends on what kind of food you're carrying.
I have dungeon rations.
Dungeon rations come in 8 use. Is that right? 8
Dungeon
uses?
rations have 10.
No,
I thought it was 10.
uses.
That's a custom number. It
Yep.
comes in 10 uses?
It comes in 5s, but we
Yeah.
carried 10 with us.
Oh, okay.
5 uses, it says,
Yeah.
for dungeon rations. But we
I had
but we have
originally
2
had
quantity.
4 quantity of this is why I subtracted all the rations
Right.
the first time.
Okay.
So I have enough for 2 people.
Okay. So,
Wait, but since I roll a 10, don't we use less rations?
yes, but so you're really efficient with your 10 plus. However, it takes longer. So
Oh. got it.
there's an extra day in there, so it all kind of
That's a
nets out.
wash.
So that is going to be 4 rations per person, and there are 5 of you now. I'm
There's
sorry,
6 of us?
there are 6 of you now.
Dola's not a person, Nick? What?
I'm sorry.
Well,
What's wrong with you?
But do the dwarves eat as much as, like, say...
Yes. If
Yeah.
if
Okay.
any of you were playing a dwarf, you would consume 1 ration per day.
Okay, I
Gotcha.
am.
So I need 20
knocking
rations.
myself.
No,
I'm
24
cleaned
rations.
out, but I have enough for me and a dwarf. So
Let's get numbers. How many rations did you have, John?
He had
I
8.
had 8 uses.
I need 16 more rations, please.
I have 10.
I
You
need
should
6.
have enough.
I need 6 more rations, please.
You're gonna have
I
6
got
for
'em.
me.
Who's doing it? I mean, I've got tons of stuff, so.
Take 6 from me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
All
we
right.
are fine.
Go. Please subtract those rations from your character sheets.
done.
And then, Basil, you are scouting. Who was scouting?
I was scouting. I rolled a 12.
All right, Merrick. You spot up ahead a wagon, a familiar wagon
Uh-oh.
Yes,
with
The
2
merchant wagon.
we
with
get to
two-
give him back.
2 mares. Did I call them? No, not mares.
they were donkeys.
Mules.
Mules.
They were mules.
It was an M word. There are 2 mules pulling it, and you you see it out in the distance as you head down the hills.
What direction is it heading?
North.
We're heading southeast.
Yes.
I will kind of go back to the party and be like, well, the newlyweds are over there.
Yes! Woo! This is good news.
Is it? And I look over at Cacophony.
Well, I did steal everything from them.
No, you didn't.
I did. No,
Not their
I
dignity.
did.
No,
Well,
you
maybe.
didn't.
Maybe
You
their
kept it
dignity.
safe for
So-
them.
I think
Well,
we. I
that's
think we
true.
I think we
Kept it
avoid
safe
these
for
people.
them.
I would agree with Basil. I
Why
think
would we
we've caused-
avoid them?
I believe we've caused enough emotional strain on these two. Let's let them be.
A wrong has been committed by her husband's shitty brother.
Mhm.
I assumed we were giving this stuff back to them.
You don't
They
think
can
the
solve-
moment that
they
she
can
sees
solve-
your face, she's not going to try to smash you?
I don't care. I'll fucking kill her if I have to. But
Why
Okay,
don't
well,
we let them
that's
solve
the-
problems in their own house?
we stole from them. Do you want to be stolen
think-
from?
I think Cacophony is going to like. I think in her mind, like she's hatching a plan where she's gonna like under cover of darkness, like caca, like fly over their wagon and just like drop a sack of gold into their fucking wagon and then like fly off into the night.
I make a point of this, guys. We are not thieves. We are heroes. Out on a
Well, no,
quest.
I'm a thief. I'm 100% a thief. You can be a
We
hero.
don't steal
I know what I'm
from
about.
good people.
We don't know
What's
that they're
wrong
good. We
with
don't know
you?
them at all. Well, anyway, so
They-
yeah, no, I think Cacophony feels badly. I think she'll break away and then like drop a sack of gold in their wagon. Like, but from high above,
Don't make me tattle. Shannon.
Literally
Were they-
pennies from heaven.
literally pennies from heaven, yeah.
Cacophony, how much gold are you dropping in their cart or their wagon?
Well, I have 517 and
You have 507. How are you getting this
You have
money?
that much coin.
Because I stole all of their shit. I don't know how to
Well,
be more
you
clear.
have-
I took everything.
You don't have the money, right? You have like
You have,
gifts
I think it was
worth
8
money.
fine gifts, right?
It was 6 fine
6
gifts
fine
worth
gifts.
55 apiece.
Yes.
You don't
And
just
then
break those
107
into
coin.
right?
So
Okay.
then I'll give them their 6 fine gifts back. How's that? We just drop it in the cart, in their wagon. I don't know. What's better?
Giving them back all of their stuff.
No, I'm keeping the coin. Don't.
Why?
Because I
What
earned
are
it.
you gonna buy with it?
I don't know yet.
We live in podunk nowhere. You think a blacksmith is gonna just come up and just fashion you a gilded suit of plate mail?
This is not up for discussion. I will give them back.
I can
their
make
6
you
fine
scale mail out of shovel heads. That's what
I
I'm
will
wearing.
give them back their 6 fine gifts, but I'm keeping the 107 coin.
Why? I'm
Why?
asking for motivation now.
I'm a piece of shit. I don't know. I'm a thief.
Why don't
I'm
you stop
evil.
being a piece of shit?
Oh my god.
Have you ever considered about trying to be better than who you are?
No, I think at that Cacophony's just gonna be like, okay, bye, and then like just fly away. She's like, I'm done with
I
this
will-
conversation.
As you try to leave, I will
I'm
try
out.
to hand you a section of elven bread and antitoxin.
Oh, okay, yeah. Snatch it up in my whatever, and then I'll fly over their shit, but like far away enough that they can't get me. Then I'm gonna drop it
I
back
look
in their
for
wagon.
like a crossbow to wing clipper and just crash. This is like a nightmare. Oh my god.
John, you're the absolute fucking worst.
I'm the worst.
I think the moment
Yes.
Wick
He's
says,
playing a good character.
Where's a crossbow?
I think the moment Wick says,
On Cacophony.
we aren't thieves, we're heroes, we have a flashback to him strangling a halfling,
Exactly.
to him
Yeah.
skewering
Yep.
3 cultists at once, to him,
It doesn't matter.
and then flash
You
forward
have to make the attempt.
to him contemplating clipping Cacophony's wing because she won't
Yep.
listen to him.
Yep. Wick is delusional.
What gave it away?
But yeah, I think she drops off the majority of the stuff that she stole. So they aren't completely destitute.
And you're airdropping this, like
Yes.
Titanfall style from orbit.
100%.
It's gonna hit the wagon and just break it too.
Destroy the
Just
wagon,
flop
yeah.
them over.
Yeah, I think there is shouting after you.
That's fine. I'm going to fly away into the night where they can't find me. So
All right.
Their marriage had a shouty start, so they assume it will continue as such.
All right. You all managed to make it back to the Hollows, and find yourselves once again before Rick. Let me find my Moss family music here.
so now I have 187 coin. I'm very wealthy, y'all.
Wow, what are you gonna buy with it?
Everything. I'm gonna buy that whole goddamn village. I'm gonna buy the Hollows. I'm gonna buy
I don't
you.
know, man.
Buy and sell you, Wick.
You can't afford me. You can't buy my guilt. It's mine.
If that's quite enough, thank you for returning the water to the farmland. The Fey families are quite pleased, and crops are suffered no drought as a result. Is there anything of note to report?
4 players in the valley.
We made friends.
No, we didn't. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, wait, the dwarves. Where are the dwarves?
Yes.
Did they come with us?
We made friends. Yes, they came with us.
Yes, I received word from the gate that our first 2 dwarven settlers have arrived at the Hollows.
Not just settlers, stone singers.
Warriors.
I think I'm gonna like fix him with a stare and be like, they've had a rough time. You should be nice to them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. No,
Rick is-
I'm being totally serious.
We will work with them to get them set up with lodging and see what they can contribute.
Just give them some land. I'm pretty sure they'll take care of their own lodging, to be honest.
Indeed, but that is no matter of your concern. What is your payment for another job well done. And he will nod at I don't remember the name of the grave warden who handed you all money last time. I should have written it down.
Oh shit. It was something dumb.
It was something really dumb. I don't remember what it is, but
It could be a different cousin. Family's big.
Travis.
His name is Toby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toby the Grave Warden.
Grave Warden Toby.
Oh, cousin Tobias.
Hmm.
How do you do?
Wick, and he shoves a little pouch with some coin into your chest, and then hands the rest of you some bags of coin. And Rick says, "This little group of yours, Wick, you all seem to be proving to be quite effective. We may continue to call upon you for services supporting the Hollows if anything else comes up."
Cool.
We're the only ones to turn to when your castle turns to sand.
I don't understand that reference.
I don't either. He just says some profound shit sometimes, man. Anyway, bye.
Your comfort eagle.
Are
Never
those flowers sticking out of your ears, boy? He looks at you, Basil.
mind. Indeed. It was a favored guest at a wedding.
I see. Insult went right over the boy's head. Anyway, very well. If there is nothing
What do we
else, no matters to discuss, you are dismissed.
Wick's just gone. Again.
I think we head on out.
All right. Yeah, there is nothing of importance to pass along right now. So you all can head out into the town.
As we're leaving, I very discreetly tuck a flower into his hair that he doesn't notice.
Oh, wonderful. I think one of the other leaders notices it quite quickly and just does like a little laughing and then composes herself really quickly so as not to give anything away.
Good old Margot.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay.
Okey-doke.
How much stuff do we get, Nick?
All right. You all can take home. I need to reference how much I gave you all last time.
Gave us 50.
Did I?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did
I had 0 and now I have
Did I?
50. So.
All right. Go ahead and take another 50 coin.
Oh, okay.
I need to send you all somewhere where you can spend that. Damn.
Sure.
Oh, look. I'll write it down this time. 50 coin.
Cool.
Oh my god, I have so much money.
Aren't you neat?
Yes. Sure am.
I made you drop 300 of it though. How does it feel being a good person?
Merrick will walk up to Wick after it gets paid and be like, "Hey, Wick, let's see
Yeah.
that coin.
What?
Let's see your coin."
I'm gone. I already left.
Oh, I followed you, sir.
You can follow me into the hills all you want,
Oh,
brother. I'm out. I'm faster than you.
Oh.
So this is what friends are. I say happily.
So as soon as the apple turns, I'm sorry, I'm gone.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyway, Nick, keep it going.
All right. I think with how much time we have left, let's go ahead and just do end of story arc to assign some XP. And if you all have any scenes you want to do in town, we can do those at the start of our next session. So, when you reach the end of a session, choose one of your bonds that you feel is resolved, completely explored, no longer relevant, or otherwise. Ask the player of the character you have the bond with if they agree. If they do, mark XP and write a new bond with whomever you wish. Everyone take a look at your bonds and let me know what you think.
I have two, my only two, for Basil and Cacophony.
Mm-hmm.
So my original one for Basil was, what the fuck is your goat? What the fuck are you? I think I have figured out an answer to that.
What is Wick's answer?
They're murderer psychopaths who are just here to kill and rob as many people as possible. And you know, that's not a bad thing.
We're murderers?
Yeah, we are. We're killers. At the very least, homiciders.
Sure. We're not out for a body count, but you know,
Sure.
that's.
I don't know if has Basil killed anyone?
Yes. He is partaking in many a death at this point, Nick.
Oh,
In
pardon
fact,
me.
he's partaking in all of the death.
He pretty much he started the entire combat by shooting a boulder that got split into two.
I did
boulders.
kill a
That's
bunch of
okay.
people.
That's fair.
6 people.
That's fair.
If that's what forms
Headshotting, doming, no scope.
if that's what helps form a bond with you, is to view me as a killer.
The goat.
That's how
Okay,
that's
look.
how you make it through life. So
I at least know your goat is like an evil spirit at the very least, because he followed me into like a bloodbath and was just like, let's keep going, bro. So, we ran up that hill together and just slaughtered another person too.
Chives is definitely in agreement with that. That you two are on the same page.
All right.
Okay.
So, John, would you
Chives
say
is
that?
demon.
John, would you say that you are bonding? With
Oh, definitely.
Chives, then?
Yeah,
All right.
without exception.
Mark XP and write a new bond for Basil. Anyone else?
I shall. I have more.
Go ahead, John.
For Kaka, I put I will pity you until you are worth hating again. You have reached that. You are a
Nice.
thief and a vandal.
All right.
Is he, though?
You can resolve the bond, but you only get 1 XP per story
Oh.
arc.
Fuck, that's fine.
I don't know that my bond with Wick will ever be resolved. So I changed it up a little bit. I wrote, it doesn't feel right to try and steal from Wick anymore. I don't trust him and he doesn't trust me. Why does that bother me? That's my bond with him, but I don't know that it'll ever be I don't know
Is
that
it
it'll ever be resolved.
After he made you give back all that money, are you ready to steal from him again?
Ooh, you know what? Merrick, that's a terrific.
Very true.
I feel like your bonds are just going to be this pendulum.
Yes.
True.
Excellent.
Yep.
Trust is hard in this blood misty land.
It is. It is. It's been a tough go.
When one person is an
Okay.
inconsolable murderer, the other one, a good, noble-hearted fairy boy.
All right. Shannon, mark XP and feel free to resolve that bond with Wick and write a new one.
I wrote, I gave back a ton of swag. I'm ready to steal from him again.
Fantastic.
My heart is ready to steal from him again.
Oh, he's got 50 coin, and heroes don't need money.
They sure don't. Didn't you say that, Wick? So then I also have a bond with Basil and Chives, and the only thing I wrote was animal homies.
Okay.
I feel confident that that's pretty good.
All right. Yeah.
I don't have a bond with Merrick, but I would like to.
Yeah, you can add one with Merrick for next time if you like.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Andy, Brian, either of you feel like any of your bonds have resolved?
I had a bond with Cacophony after she died, wanting to see emphasize her survival a little bit more in battles, which I think we did in the last fight, and also in not arguing against her for her shrewdness as well with returning the gifts and not the money. I think that's resolved a little bit as well. We're seeing eye to eye a little bit more, you know.
Okay, great. Mark XP. How about you, Brian?
I have a bond with Basil and Chives. My bond is Basil has knowledge of nature that I need, and I need to learn as much as I can from him. And I have learned about the great Hudado, the Dwarven Stone Singer, and more information about Dwarven Stone Singers. And I think this will prove crucial as we have now 2 Dwarven Stone Singers in our town. and we have many tasks that they could help us with, and much information that we can gain from that.
Excellent. I think what's oh my god, I've already forgot the female dwarf's name.
Dola.
Dola, thank you. This is what happens when I don't write the names down in the notes and I just have it
Right.
on a token. I think Dola sets up in the Moss family kitchen as a barmaid / helps out in the kitchen, especially so that if you leave again in the future, she can help fill in. And she's gonna keep Cedric very organized.
Excellent.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at alignment. Basil and Chives. Free someone from literal or figurative bonds. Yes. Mark XP.
Definitely.
Merrick. Discover a piece of knowledge from someone or something they want kept, that wants to keep it hidden. Yes. You've learned some secret information about the Veilers and who they serve.
Wonderful.
Wick. Defend those weaker than you.
Yes. Nick.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, the Dwarven Stone Singers.
I mean,
literally YOLO charged on this quest for them.
yeah, and you specifically like directly help save Dola. So, yeah.
Instead of jumping and going to Loot Hog, I
That's
saved
right.
the person.
That's right. And then cacophony, shift danger or blame from yourself to someone else.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I don't think her alignment is working for her anymore. I think she needs a shift.
Yeah, we should talk about shifting your alignment because I don't know if this has really aligned with your character much at all.
Nope.
At least not on screen.
Right.
Okay. Once bonds have been updated and we looked at alignment, answer these questions as a group. Did we learn something new and important about the world? Yes. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy? Yes. Did we loot a memorable treasure? Yes. Everyone please mark 3 XP.
Oops.
Okay.
And that is all we will be awarding today. Did anyone get enough to level up?
Oh, yeah.
I did not. I'm a little
I'm at
short.
8. Yeah,
I'm at 8 as well.
Wait. I'm at 14, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
Rick
at
is
10.
a little bit ahead.
I've been casting spells. I'm good at them. I don't fail my rolls as much anymore, which is fine.
I
Can we clarify John's question? Is it level up 7 plus the current level or level up 7 plus the next level?
Level up is 7 plus the current level. So it looks like you have enough.
Okay. So I go down
Yes.
to 4.
Basil and Wick will be leveling up. So yeah, feel free to work on those level ups before next time. And then Shannon, we need to talk about your alignment and picking a new move for you because you took a level 6 move.
Damn it. Yeah, sorry about that.
All right.
Good job, team. Oh my god.
Nice.
done.
Great role play, great characterization. We slaughtered them as well.
Yeah, this was an awesome session.
Yep.
We turned like a no-win situation into a one-sided stomp. And that is not nothing, team.
Agreed. We are starting to gel with the way that we play and working with each other too, which is excellent. Fun to see. It means Nick can challenge us with really, really scary shit here.
Oh,
That's
hell
so
yeah.
Big
Oh,
shout
God,
out to
no.
Coffee Traveler who watched the entire stream, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate all the comments. Sorry I wasn't looking at chat for all of your nasty potty mouth.
I was watching, as well as Temer, if he's still in here.
Apparently, I have a setting turned on that if you say naughty words, I have to approve them.
Oh, and Val.
Oh, my.
John. John's here, too.
Yep. I had a nice quote that got cut both times because I wasn't allowed to chat it, saying that Wick is a hero in his own mind, and that mind is completely fucking batshit crazy.
Oh shit! I
Safe
need to
inside my mind.
I need to check my settings for chat. Anyway, any shout outs before we head out for the evening? All right.
Yeah, guys, I'm JonDungeonMaster. You can find me at twitch.tv/JonDungeonMaster every night except Tuesday and Sunday. Except for Sunday 10 days from now, where I will be playing with Apollo_Nick at twitch.tv/Apollo_Nick as we go to Greg Hansen's at twitch.tv/Greg Hansen to go back into the mist, along with Eric and another guy named Soul Crusher who's in my Friday game.
Should be a good time.
Caveman.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to follow us on YouTube to check out the VODs. If you were in our pre-show and heard us talking about breads, we have a Dough Zone channel on our Discord server. Come check that out. Post all your awesome breads. We will see you all next week with our next episode of Song of the Ravenlands. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.